Never seen you like this, looking like this, looking like shit. Never seen you so down, there ain't no doubt, gotta snap out of this. I hate to see you, I hate to see you this way, this way. Lying in your bed, covers over your head, thinking that it's over, but it's not. Just stop and woman up, 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 up. Pull it together. Where's the tough, 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 tough girl that you would go and get up? Time to get your ass back on track. Wake up, girl, you better. Woman up, 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 up. Woman up. Look at you, they're acting like a victim. Girl, what is this? I just can't believe you. This can't be you. Girl, you better fix this. You can't go on. You can't go one more day this way. Lying in your bed, covers over your head. Get off that victim train you're on. Stop. Grab hold of yourself. And woman up, 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 up. Pull it together. Where's the tough, 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 tough girl that you would go and get up? Time to get your ass back on track. Wake up, girl, you better. Woman up, 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 up. Woman up. Pull the shades up, turn the lights on. Get your pride back, get your fight on. Ditch the pity party, that party's over starting now. Lose those blues that's been keeping you down. And woman up, 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 up. Pull it together. Where's the tough, 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 tough girl that you would go and get up? Time to get your ass back on track. Wake up, girl, you better. Woman up, 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 up. And woman up, 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 up. Pull it together. Where's the tough, 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 tough girl that you would go and get up? Time to get your ass back on track. Wake up, girl, you better. Woman up, 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 up. Woman up.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you America's top foundational health coach, Dr. Joe D.
Well, all I can say is welcome back. Welcome back for day 2. As you've already heard, I'm Dr. Jody Bear, your host for day number 2 and our virtual live summit. Just let's today, this Soulful Saturday, woman up, like Tiffany Haddish said. Why did I call it Soulful Saturday? Well, Saturday is the day of relationships. More weddings, more marriages occur. Every nationality, every country, and every religion. More on Saturday than any other day. So collectively, if we're in that Soulful Saturday, that real relationship move, I call real relationship. That's when you're real with each other. That you can say, I'm raw, I'm enthusiastic, I have a great attitude in love. So let's be real today, shall we? I'm just going to say, you saw these little paper dolls yesterday. Well, I'm going to bring them out again today. This is the power of one. See, this is what we are in these books. and it was Healthopedia. Now, this women's health book that we went #1 in 10 different categories. I am humbled and honored to say, women, all 39 of us, minus the 2 men, but you were too. We were real. We were raw, enthusiastic, with an attitude of love. You see, if we're a social gathering, men, if you have to use the necessity room, you just get up, you go to the restroom, and you come back. That's it. Now, women, on the other hand, we're like these paper dolls. If we go ahead and say, I've got to go to the restroom, does anybody want to go with me? Now, tell me, ladies, that you haven't done that. Of course you have. And all of a sudden, there's this herd of nurdles, this pack of women that go, and this one woman that had to go to the restroom. We have all these paper dolls going on and creating a social event out, putting on our lipstick, talking about the event, talking about whatever. The social event, a soulful event from a physical necessity. Well, women, as two of our great women authors said yesterday, between the hashes, between birth and death, what will you do between the hashes? How will you, as women, as Tiffany Haddish said, woman up? Well, the poignant point of her song, only you can do you. You can stay in victim, which is easier. Or as my medical term, I'm going to be the health coach of 47 years, the Dr. Jody practitioner right now. And I'm going to say, we give too much introspection, the what ifs, why, and we have that downward spiral. Medically, ladies, I just call it the suck hole. Do you really want to stay there, or do you want to make an impact? You do that with the power of one. We talked about the power of one yesterday, but truly the power of one lies with you. As I said in my #1 best-selling solo book, 21 Days to Your Best You, you are the president of You Incorporated. That's woman up. Dust your shades off, get out of bed, get your light on. Like Tiffany said, be she ready. Well, after yesterday's amazing women's wisdom, truly, ladies, every one of you that spoke yesterday filled my heart with such joy and empowerment. I mean, starting with Her Royal Highness Princess Dr. Moradeun Ogunlana, I truly was thinking, I have to bring it up one more time. Probably will tomorrow too. Our first Healthopedia book. Putting the puzzle pieces together of foundational health. I wrote in the physical pillar, I wrote about my protocol and my life-changing mentorship with Dr. Hulda Clark and the parasite cleanse that follows traditional Chinese medicine, the 5 seasons, the 5 elements. It really does. But I said in that physical pillar, it still goes back to the spiritual pillar. Ladies and empowered gentlemen that you're watching, it says in my quote, miracles occur every day. Beckon them in. What will you beckon in today as we sat down again with our virtual cup of coffee, that great mushroom coffee, as you know, at our kitchen table, as you and I are just talking? What will you unleash today? What will you beckon that will be your power of one, starting with You Incorporated, and said, I am going to do me. And when I do me, the rest is easy. I can empower my family, my workplace, my community, and the world. You see, my story in the essence of a woman, in the social pillar this time, my chapter is called The Woman in the White Robe. Well, this woman in the white robe was me. It was truly me. I found myself as a single parent. As a single parent, I was trying to do too much. Ladies, have you ever had your plate turn into a turkey platter. I was trying to be the dad and the mom. It didn't work. One morning, as I was in my white bathrobe, I collapsed on the kitchen floor. The next thing I knew, I was in an ambulance with the lights turning. I thought, what am I doing? I'm a health coach. I'm helping no one because I haven't helped me. Well, I turned that around and I really became empowered for me personally. That power of one was that experience, as traumatic as it was. But you see, that I had to deal with that time was the power of forgiveness. Dr. Khalilah Camacho Ali is going to talk about the essence of a woman and the essence of forgiveness tomorrow. But I had to forgive myself, my situation, so I could be free. And what happened? Gosh, 15 years later, I find myself in an amazing group of women in community, just like we're going to be today. And I was doing a meditation and I saw this same woman in that white robe in my meditation. She was skipping across the rocks freely, effortlessly, just doing what she was meant to do. In that power of one, that community experience, I woke up and came to, and I thought, that is my higher purpose. To be an empowerment and forgiveness is the true essence of a woman. I truly felt free. And I really believe that was the portent of things to come with our essence of a woman. Unleash the feminine soul now. #1 bestseller in all 10 categories that we even tried for. Now, I want to talk about you for a minute. Have you ever felt that essence in the past? Did you feel it yesterday? I hope. What did you unleash with the power of one in you, in an event, something you heard, a person you saw, and how did you carry it forward to today? My power quote in this book is this essence of a woman, and I share it with you now. Immerse yourself in the flow of who you are and how are you becoming? And how you are becoming. How are you becoming today? Because of who you are right now. I want to say it again. Immerse yourself in the flow of who you are and how you are becoming. You are a spiritual being in a physical presence. And a physical presence, you are truly, when you are becoming and unleashing that spiritual being. So it starts now, ladies. It starts now, because now spelled backwards is one, and it starts with our children. Remember, 10% of our proceeds from every one of these books sold goes to feed hungry children. We're earmarking. My co-founder, Dr. Jim Marinakis, and I chose Western North Carolina because they're devastated. Food is coming right now from 2 local concerns that I know in Central Florida, right to Western North Carolina. But it's not just Western North Carolina. I want to give you some statistics here. 40% of our population are children. That means there are over 320 million people in America today. All right, 73 million children. And that is under the age of 18, the age of emancipation. 1 out of 5 children in America go hungry each day. In America, each day. 1 out of 5. Okay, that's 14,600,000 children go to bed. That's 600 million children go to bed hungry each and every day. Well, see, that becomes a power of one for you. Buy one book for you. Buy one book for a BFF, and then inspire your 2 friends, your coworkers, your family members to do the same. That's when the paper dolls come out again and we go around the world in one day, and it goes around just like these are tied up together, and we feed hungry children. Bottom line, we can do this, and we can do this It started with my vision, with my goal card in 1984. Remember March 1984. And it said, I will pen the Eastern version of the PDR, the medical version. That was Healthopedia. Now we have Women's Health. We will be turning out Real Men Are Aware in 2025. Haven't forgotten you guys, for sure. But it starts with that one, the power of one. Then we go and feed these children. That's when we go from vision to mission to global fruition to infinity and beyond. So spread the message. Know this money is earmarked. It's earmarked through feedthechildren.org for Western North Carolina, those victims that are still devastated, have nothing from Hurricane Helene. Well, this power of one, I want to tie this into this beautiful woman. She is beautiful on the outside with a beautiful name like royalty herself. But this is the power of one. The power of one. You heard Kim Jacobs speak yesterday. It was Papa Les Brown. And it actually was on that coaching session when Les Brown said, and I met Kim Jacobs, he said, children are 40% of our population, but 100% of our future. I've never forgotten it. Then Kim Jacobs told her story. I said, I must work with this woman. That was the power of one. Kim and I, as you heard yesterday, we've partnered. I've been on her show multiple times. I'm a part of her panel, oftentimes with Freestyle Friday. I also can say that I consider her children family, and I'm a part of Gabe's Heart Foundation for her Gabriel Michael, who is the Forever 12 child that she spoke about yesterday. Well, Kim Jacobs called me up. When Kim calls, you listen. And she said, Jody, this is for Healthopedia. I have this fabulous woman you must meet. Well, red glasses, Kim, when she says you must do something, I listen. So I called up Dr. Nefertina Serrano. I was on my way, like we always are multitasking as women. I was going to Pep Boys in Eustis, Florida, getting my air conditioning flushed out and serviced. That usually takes a while, like an hour and a half. I got Dr. Nefertina on the phone, and we were still talking, y'all, when the Pep Boys guy said, Mrs. Bear, your car's ready now. I know you've been on the phone, but your car's ready. Like, lady, are you ready to like move on? So Nefertina and I finished out our conversation. She agreed. And I'm so thankful that she wrote the social pillar in Healthopedia. She was such a big part of that book, just like she can only play big. She has no other way. She goes all out, all in. She plays big. No small thing about this woman, let me tell you, except her stature. All right. She's like a beautiful little Zoftic, beautiful thing. All right. This is what I know. She went ahead and we talked and we connected on that soulful level. Birds of a feather flock together. Kim Jacobs balanced Dr. Nefertina Serrano. I'm going to make the story and bring it in because you want to hear from her because we're going to bring her up next. I can say that we connected. Pep Boys, I went back, like 3 months ago. I needed to get a new battery. And they said, oh, I remember you. You're the lady that talks on the phone. Seriously. Well, what Dr. Nefertina gave us for this book, because she only does things big, goes all out, all in, because of Kim Jacobs being the power of one, but Papa Les Brown being that man beneath the wings of Kim Jacobs. See, we need each other in community. Soulful Saturday. Dr. Nefertina brought us, yes, Her Royal Highness Princess Dr. Moradeun Ogunlana. She also brought us Dr. Shirley Liu in the financial pillar. She brought us Dr. Annette Watson-Johnson. You'll hear from her tomorrow. She brought us absolutely, as I can say, women of essence. Women of essence. And I'm thinking I'm missing somebody, but Nefertina, when you bring them up there, please tell me. I believe there were 5 women that she brought up. That is amazing. That's amazing because of who she is and how she is still becoming. She has immersed herself in that flow. I can tell you, Dr. Nefertina. She is my sister from a different mister. She is and calls herself the marriage CEO. She's a pastor. She's a publisher. Reason for her to like not be in this book because she publishes her own Rise Up, but you get that there are 8 billion people in the world. Betty Norland said that she is a publisher. She writes books. It didn't matter. And like I said, I know we're going to get Dr. Jacqueline Maher. That's who popped up. Oh my goodness gracious. Dr. Jacqueline, I give you honor. Trinity Business School CEO. I knew I'd think of it. Dr. Nefertina, but helps to have table of contents here. But this is what I know. She's a publisher. Rise Up is her brand. UN ambassador along with Princess Moradeun in her initiatives. She really does embody what I said yesterday. And I'm just going to keep it up because I like the feeling of it. It is pink. It is pearls. It's pumps. And Dr. Nefertina, in her spiritual sense, is going to spray some perfume. I can feel her as just seeing her husband, Richard, and their show, the Serrano show, Thursdays at 8 p.m. Her husband gives her wind beneath my wings, because I know her, and absolutely beneath her wings for real. So it is with great honor. And it's such a privilege to know an all out, all in woman in the spiritual pillar, our Soulful Saturday keynote speaker, Dr. Nefertina Serrano. Welcome, Dr. Nefertina. Ooh, so
Good
blue.
morning.
You so blue. Yes.
Good morning, Dr. Jody Bear. I am super excited to be here this morning, afternoon now. But I am telling you, this is so awesome and amazing. I know that everyone is just on their seats of expectation of how far and how wide, how high, and just, where this book is going to go. I want to first say thank you, thank you, thank you for offering me the opportunity to participate in this amazing, amazing book anthology. It is definitely by far one of the greatest books that I have participated in the years that I started writing. So thank you so very much.
You know what I forgot too? Why did you get picked for being a keynote speaker? Because you keynoted us when we did our Boca Summit and Retreat. And let me tell you, I can still see you doing your legacy talk, your walk, your this. I can hardly wait. We can do it again. September 2025 will be in LA with this Essence of a Woman with our Healthopedia crowd. But as my why is, it's always a better way. And Nefertina, you always find a better way. Your wisdom, your Soulful Saturday, your way of setting the tone for womaning up. The next 25 minutes is yours. See you soon.
Thank you. Well, listen, guys, we are here. We are here. We have arrived. The plane has landed, and we are here in this moment of time, this dispensation of time. Are you ready? Are you ready? We can't be getting ready. We have to be ready. And I want to say to you, I am here present in this moment, taking it all in, breathing one breath at a time. I am here before you as a miracle. Yes, I am that miracle walking. I am living the dream. But guess what, guys? Not only are we living the dream, we are the dream. You are the dream. And I want you to know that with everything that you've gone through in life, it is going to change this day. Why? Because we have to change. It has to first start in your mindset. I'm so grateful to be a part of the Essence of a Woman. Unleash your spiritual soul. Listen, I cannot tell you the mandate for this book. My chapter is called My Dream Personified, a woman's spiritual mandate, that is. And with that being spoken, I want to say in this journey called life, we go through experiences, we go through the ups and we go through the downs. But it is nothing like coming into a place where you know that you belong. That's how it is being a part of this book. The Essence of a Woman. I'm telling you, as a woman living in this dispensation of time, I am grateful. I live with the attitude of gratitude. I am thankful to the Almighty God who has allowed me to be here with you because, see, just a few weeks ago, I was in a position where I could have been wiped out of the face of the earth. I could have been taken out of here. But guess what? Because you're looking at me today, you know I'm still here. So I'm not going to just be here. I'm going to show up fully, completely, and intentionally because I realize that, you know what? Today is a new day. Today is a new day. And what has happened behind me is behind me. And what's before me is what I want to control, what I want to continue to focus my attention on, continue to be present, continue to know that I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. You know, I understand that as we go about this life and realizing that, you know, tomorrow is not promised. The very next moment in this life is not promised. We have to show up for the here and the now. Because one thing I want to let you know today is that there are people waiting on you. We have over 35 people, I believe it's 38 or 39, that have showed up in this book. And like Lady Robbie says, Robbie Mater, that is, from GSFE, she says, we have to make sure that we're showing up. Showing up. And not only is there power in showing up, there's power in the asking. And so I want you to know today that whatever you need, whatever you're looking for, whatever you've been wanting, whatever you've been desiring, this is your moment to show up and ask. Ask. Why? Because we cannot receive if we don't believe. What can we believe upon if we're not asking? Show up in this moment for yourself. Because what I like to say, you know, in my chapter, as I take you through a journey, the journey of my life, of when I realized and recognized that, you know what, I had to start out early in life on my own, but yet I was on my own, but not alone. I hope you understand that. Sometimes you have to take this journey alone, but that doesn't mean that you are alone in that moment. You may be the one that have to walk that walk in that particular moment in time. And it may seem like nobody's there with you, nobody's there for you, but you are showing up for you. That's what I did in this book, My Dream Personified. A woman's spiritual mandate, understanding that I recognized that as I stared at the woman in the mirror, and I'm just going to read a little excerpt. A woman's spiritual mandate. Listen, I had to embody who I was. I had to understand who I am, why I am, and whose I am. I hope you're following me today because it's really important for you to understand that you, my dear ladies, must begin to show up for you. Stand in this moment in time for you. Be full and complete in who you are, why you are, and whose you are. Know that you may have to take the journey alone, but yet not alone. And now I have 38 people along this journey with me in the essence of a woman. We need to understand that there is this moment called the present. And that's exactly what it is. It is a gift. I am sitting here speaking to you today because a gift has been given to me, the gift of life. And you know, I want to read a little excerpt, and it says, Woman, thou art awesome and wonderfully made. In thy loving and nurturing energy lies the key to the divine light. What is that light? What is that light for you today? What is that light? The light that shines on the inside and has to shine also on the outside, because that light is not only for you, my dear, it is for someone else. Dr. Jody Bear stood the test of time. Life began to life in her life. She had to walk a journey that she didn't understand, she wasn't ready for, but guess what? It showed up. How many times do life show up for you and for me? Sometimes we're not ready, but in the moment, we learn to rise up above. We learn to rise up out of the ashes, stand in that present moment, look up, and move forward. Listen, if you can look up, you can get up. Yes, I didn't quote that, but I'm going to quote it today. I believe it was Jolly. Yes. But if you can look up, you can get up. I want to tell you to look up today. Look up, look up, look up, because this is a moment in time that you do not want to let go by you. You want to know that I lived in the present moment that was my gift, and I lived it fully and complete. I didn't leave nothing. I'm going to walk this walk because life, yes, it does lifen. It does. But what are you going to do? Are you going to allow it to tear you down, to keep you down? No. This Essence of a Woman book is all about our journeys, our experiences, our realities. And in that, I want you to know that you are in for an amazing ride from pillar to pillar to pillar to pillar. You are going to journey with men and women that understood that this life was a gift and that we have to live in that moment. I am so grateful. I am so appreciative for having this moment in time to be able to be before you, to know that I can keep on keeping on, to know that I am a woman that I have gone through, I have suffered, but I am a woman that also can reign. I'm a woman that will not give up, will not give in, will not turn back. I'm going to press forth toward that mark because I know that in the end, what are we looking for? What are we looking for? I want to tell you right now that what you're looking for is looking for you. I didn't ask for it, but it came to me. So know that it will come. And when it comes, will you be ready? Will you be ready in that moment? Will you be ready and know that I am going to live in this gift called life in the present moment? And I'm going to show up not only for myself. Yes, I'm going to learn to love me more. But I'm also going to learn to show up for others because it is in our living and being that we allow ourselves to be the light for someone else as well. I'm learning this whole thing about oneness, not only in my marriage to my amazing husband, Dr. Richard Serrano. I love him so much. He knows he's the cream in my coffee, and I must say thank you to him today. Why? Because my husband is the one that pushes me beyond my own self. He is the one that encourages me. And so I have to give due thanks to him. I give thanks to God Almighty because without him, none of this would be possible. Without him, I would not even be here. I give thanks to my mother, that beautiful queen. Oh, yes, I speak of her in my book. I do. I give homage to my mom because she was the first woman that I saw to live in life's situations, circumstances, and sometimes tragedies. But my mother, Emma Jean Brandt, stood the test of time. She is yet living, she is yet breathing, she is yet walking, and she is yet showing up, being present, understanding that her life is a gift. What about you? What about you in this moment? We are women. I want to say thank you to each and every woman that have participated in this book. Oh, your stories are remarkable. Because listen, guess what? I got my book right here. Yes, I did. I ordered it in advance. I could not wait for the shipment of books to come. I said, I must have it. I have not met each and every one of you, beautiful women. But what I want you to know is that your story is part of the glory. People need to understand that whether you are 6, 7, 8 figure earner, it does not matter. What matters is that you're showing up first for you. Yeah, you got to show up for you first and then for others. What matters is that you understood the assignment that Dr. Jody Beer gave to us. You understood that it was a process. And in the process, we have to go through some things. In the process, we have to understand that it's not only for ourselves, but it's also for others. And so I want you to know today that as we are here showing up, the essence of a woman unleashed the feminine soul, we are showing up for you and you and you. Where are you? Whether you're in the Philippines, Nigeria, Philadelphia, Texas, California, where are you? And then, where are you? Where are you in your mindset? Where are you in your spiritual walk? Where are you in your financial place? Where are you? Where are you? So, as I breathe in, and I exhale today, I am going to take in this moment. I'm going to live in this moment. I am going to know that I showed up not only for myself, but that I also showed up for others. Because at the end of the day, what legacy are you leaving? Your legacy is not only about you and the monetary gifts that you are going to give to someone. It is about how are you showing up? And at the end of the day, what will they say about you? Well, guess what, ladies? We get the opportunity to control that narrative. I don't want somebody else speaking for me. I don't want the rocks to cry out for me. I want to speak for me. What will they say about you, Dr. Jody Bear? What will they say about you, Kim Jacobs? What will they say about you, Princess Moradeun? What will they say about you, Kathy Strauss? What will they say about you, Laura? What will they say about you, Cynthia? What will they say about you, Dr. Mohair? Will they say she was a woman that stood on the principles of the solid rock upon which we stand? Will they say that no matter what came her way, she was able to press through? And even though she was knocked down, she was able to get back up. Because the day that she rose her eyes and saw another day, she recognized, I'm here in the present moment. I might as well get up and move forward. I am evangelist Dr. Nefertina Serrano, the marriage CEO, your relationship expert, and your woman of achievement. And I am here to say, there is nothing you can't do. Do it and make sure that you're doing it for you. And while you're doing that, you might as well love somebody along life's journey. Thank you, Dr. Jody Bear.
Well, can I just love you? Can I just love on you a little more? What about you? What about you standing the test of time? What about you? And I think let's look at the Richard Serrano, the cream in your coffee. It's very, very typical. The marriage CEO that you would be blue, I would be pink, because it takes both the feminine and the masculine, pink and blue. How about you? What a beautiful story. And I tell you, just be looking a little bit on social media after this is over. If you think, ladies and gentlemen, that we be through with this book, what did you say, Dr. Nefertiti? You said, what did you say to me? I think it was, yeah, you're muted, honey. Or unmute yourself, would you? There we go. I think you said, it wasn't, we've just started, something you sent to me yesterday. What was that beautiful thing that you sent?
Was it by email or text?
Yes, you know what it is.
Was it by text?
Yes, it was by text. You didn't say, I always say we've just started to scratch the scratch, but you said something else.
Well, I always say that not only are we just beginning, we're understanding that life is lifing sometimes, but we have to live in that moment.
Live in that moment. And you personify, I'm just going to just say, and Richard, your husband just blew up the Facebook chat. Well, what do you expect he would? Beautiful woman. But you're looking at this, you're looking at you reflect the light, and yours is a lasting influence. Whether it's your
Amen.
work with the UN, whether you're sitting there and making this beautiful product. Give Richard some shine about this beautiful product that he's created from his Puerto Rican background, and it's called.
It is called coquito, honey. It is a Spanish delicacy. And let me tell you, it's normally sold at holiday times, but he has it all year round. It is so good and delicious. And it helps. We say that it is the drink that brings families together because once you have a sip, it is so good that it just makes you have to conversate about how good it is. So Serrano's coquito, and then he has, of course, that amazing cool. Once you get the heat from the coquito, now you got to cool down with the limber, and that is Serrano limber pops. It is a ice cream with a water ice texture. It is so good, so amazing. Let me tell you, you're going to want to make sure that you give that to everyone. And here is what that beautiful coquito looks like. Yes,
I
yes.
love being the shameless self promoter for your other half. I knew you'd come up with this. Is totally ad lib, but the idea is because in relationship, I talk about Soulful Saturday. You bring the heat, then you got to cool it down,
You
and
gotta do
you
it.
two are just like a symphony. And I'm so because you live that light, you are that light. I know. When we get this, I get this text from you, and you said, well, let's just do our first Barnes and Noble. Okay, our first Barnes and Noble uh, promo and go ahead and have our book signing out in Hollywood. See, you only do things big. And I want to just I want to keep you up on stage here for just a moment. When we looked at these slides and
Oh
think
my
of
goodness.
our three doctors, myself, Dr. Jim being co-founders, Dr. Glenn Depke, and I do want to apologize again, Dr. Glenn, the DR did not get on there in our haste, but he's a traditional ND. He is world renowned as well. The forward on our book, you're going to be hearing from him today, the happy hormone doctor. Oh, ladies, stay in
Wow.
touch with that one, okay? And then having Dr. Khalilah Camacho Ali, another doctor, Her Royal Highness Princess Moradeun, Dr. Moradeun Ogunlana, and the doctor of acting and comedy, Tiffany Haddish. Then we go ahead and think that Amazon and Kobo and Barnes and Noble is right behind us. Look at these. When you saw that yesterday, Defertina,
Oh
when
my
you saw
goodness.
that we went 1 1 1 1 1 1 1, when you saw those 6 number ones, what did you think?
I thought, yes, yes, and yes. I could just scream it to the mountaintop. That that to me, that right there is an indication of work. That is an indication of stick to itiveness. That was an indicator that there was no turning back and no turning around. You lived in the present, Dr. Jody Bear. You have to give yourself some accolades because I'm going to tell you, you kept us going throughout the duration of the 9 months. Yes, we delivered, honey, delivered that baby, and it is here. Now we got to nurture it. So now we're going to be coming to a city, a state, a country near you because it
Yeah.
is not over. It is only just begun.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Alternative holistic medicine, extremely difficult category. Biographies, I don't know, but every medical professional I know, if I've been doing this for 47 years, writes a biography. We just said, step aside. Not saying this in an egotistical way. My mama always said, when I talked about my mama yesterday, she said,
Yes,
Jody, if you've done it, it's not bragging. You're just humbling and saying, I did it with the help of the Almighty. And we're doing that.
absolutely.
Holistic medicine, huge
Come
category.
on.
Physician patient reference, well, that just put and personified the gold card, didn't it? I will pen the
Absolutely.
Eastern medical version of the PDR. I mean, from above, no mistakes. Release in academic biographies. Well, Miss Dr. Nefertiti, and it goes on. Product details. You can see it all there under after
Wow.
promotional rankings right
Wow.
here,
Look at that.
right there. You see the picture. There we are. There we are. Well, the other
Come
books
on.
are good, but we just say, step aside. Come on. Come on. Hot new release. We were hot like that coquito, and then we gave everybody else a limber pop to cool them down. Just saying.
There you
And
go.
it's okay. Hot new release because, and I said yesterday, I feel like saying Papa Les Brown's song, we are hot, 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 hot new release, hot here,
Yes.
hot everywhere. I mean, to be in the top 10 with
Wow.
with top 10 with Kindle, we are everywhere. We are everywhere. We are everywhere.
Wow.
Thanks to Book Review. It's always the power of one. I met Tony and Christina Doty through
Awesome.
and met them. And then guess what? Through Tom Chesser, the power of one, met Michael Bees. And now, yes, you'll be hearing from Michael Bees tomorrow how to take your vision of your book to the next level. Isn't that going to be amazing? But
It is going
speaking
to
of
be
next level,
amazing.
but speaking of amazing, I just want to say one more time, when I look at your work, and you can tell everybody, oh, it's here right now. You personified that dream. You broke through like 3 other women, and I will give Renee shine tomorrow. I gave Dr. Golda Joseph shine. Not that we're competing or anything, but because Kim Jacobs said we're all flowers. Flowers don't compete with other flowers. They just bloom. But I want to give you your shine. You could have decided to just play it safe, not do as much with your chapter, but you said, I'm playing big. I'm going all out, all in. There will be people and people, I'm saying men that will read this. I need to tell this
Absolutely.
woman. I mean, you will have this lasting influence on lives untold because your whole dream is legacy. And you are that dream, as you say, you are that dream. And I
Yes.
want to thank you. Thank you, Kim Jacobs.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Pep Boys. Thank you for my air conditioner needing to be serviced that I got to meet incredible you.
Absolutely. And I am totally 100% just as grateful, Dr. Jody Bear. This is a lasting friendship, sisterhood. And I am so grateful to God for allowing us the opportunity and time. You know what I say, when time meets destiny, miracles happen. Thank you.
And the miracle was I just got a text message from Tiffany Haddish's executive secretary, Tuesday English. Don't you love that name? She said, Tiffany will be she ready at 2 because you were she ready for us as keynote. Love you.
Amen.
Until next
Love
time.
you.
Peace, love, and joy. Bye for now. Ciao, ciao. So but I just wanted to bring her back. It's like this just happens. I don't know. I love technology when it works, but this is what I know. When we have the technology, when we can have what we need in life, and it's that power of one. Our next wonderful speaker, she came to me through my big sis. My big sis went ahead and said, I think Cynthia always wanted to write a book. And well, she's been my sister's esthetician forever out in Colorado. She is a trained professional. She has as many titles as Dr. Jim Marinakis, iridologist. She is a permanent makeup artist, esthetician, truly, truly, as I say, one of a kind women. And she does, iridologist, she looks into your eyes. You feel her. She's an intuitive. And think about going out to Denver, Colorado, and having an esthetician give you a facial. All right, whether you need a hair removal, it kind of hurts, but the facial of somebody then can look into your eyes, that's an experience. But you're going to get to experience Cynthia Hamilton Knight one more time because she wrote also in Healthopedia. She wrote her chapter, then she too got the bug with writing. She came back and she wrote an amazing story because she's an amazing woman talking about self-esteem. Women, raise your hand. How many of you feel like you could use a dose of self-esteem? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. She will give it to you in such a way, I will say, and you will have that high as the Rocky Mountains in Colorado. Welcome, Cynthia Hamilton Knight. There you are. There you are. There you are. Welcome,
There
welcome.
I am.
How beautiful.
And thank you for such a wonderful introduction.
Well, it's easy to do to do after I'm talking with you, for sure, for sure. And so this is what I'm going to say. Welcome again. Welcome for our time around that we can talk about you, your story. So tell us a little bit about you.
Well, so if you get the book Healthopedia, you will learn about my original journey, which is in music. And I know we share that. Jody is also a musician, as is her older sis, Kathleen. And we have all connected on that level. So in Healthopedia, I wrote about my journey through music. At a certain point in time, I hit a crossroads. And so that is where I take up in Woman's Essence. And my title is Self Esteem, the Road to Self Empowerment. The beauty you feel on the inside is the beauty you show to the world. And that is a true statement from my heart. It is truly what I believe. I came to this journey by way of a really good friend of mine who had done most of my electrolysis work. And I was looking for something different to do. I had decided I was not going to move to Germany and sing opera. So,
well, can we just go back for just one moment on something about this? Because we talk about, Cynthia, before you go to and give shine to your iridologist, this is an important part of your story, because you had to have that self-esteem, that beauty inside you to say no to not only someone that bullied you. As I said yesterday, there are 7 women that have been bullied and cajoled terribly in their lives. And then you had a perpetrator.
yes.
And you said, no, not for me, not today. How did you rise above that to stay in self-esteem? That is, I just want to come back to that. That's a very important part of your story.
I think we all have an inner voice, and you can call it your higher self. You can call it the connection to God, whatever you're comfortable with. But it is that inner voice that you tap into. And the question always was for me, how will I feel when I wake up and this career is over? Or when I get into the middle of it, will I know that I got there just by my own merits? Or will I feel compromised? And what would that lead to? And so for me, I always had kind of that moral compass inside that said, this is not right. It doesn't matter if you think it's what you want. It's not what's going to make you happy. And
That
so,
is beautiful. Think about, ladies, I want you to take this in and then continue on. I just wanted to put that piece because it's so important. It's as important as that purple blue with your beautiful blue hair. It just came out to me. And so yes, ladies, you think about it. Going to Colorado, having an incredible facial with somebody that has blue hair, she's got to be in high self-esteem. Okay. And it's not the green screen giving her that glow, it's her blue hair. I just had to play with you a little bit. I love you, Cynthia. But just going into that piece, because self-esteem is a choice. And you said that I really believe in my own beauty on the inside. I really believe that that's why you attracted that woman for your perfect career path. So continue on, please.
well, I believe you're right. I believe that we do attract those that we need in our life. Somebody once said to me that when you're ready, the teacher will appear. And I think that's true in everything we do. As women, when we're ready, whoever we need, our mentor, our teacher will appear. You appeared for me. Kathleen said, my sister is writing this book, and I think you need to connect with my sister. And then she told you, I have somebody you need to connect with. And there we were connected. Right time, right place. Yes. Excuse me, kind of a dream that I've always had
Oh,
of writing. And this tapped in again to my inner being so that I can tell others and perhaps help others along their journey. So maybe they don't have to feel bad about some of the pitfalls they could run into. Instead, they can stand in their own sovereignty and make choices based upon their self esteem, which is indeed, bottom line, self empowerment. So that's where I come from in this journey. I am so thankful that along the way I had some great female mentors that really helped me to become sovereign in myself,
oof.
that told me, you can do this. You don't have to compromise. I was told by one of the people who turned me down or I turned him down actually, for a recording contract because I didn't like what came along with it. Um,
Oh, there were some benefits. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
you say
Eh,
not for me, not for today, not for any time. Thank you.
no,
You stood in your own
absolutely.
sovereignty. Yes.
That
Yes.
that
Yes.
is correct. And it was, and I was young. It would have been very easy at that point to give in. Something inside of me
Mm,
said, no, it's not the right path. You won't be happy. And I laughed
mm,
because he said to me, you're never going to make it in this music business with an attitude like yours. Well, I made it in the business for a long time, both performing and teaching. And the teaching was so important because I could then pass on to others my lessons and help them to develop their own self esteem. And now things have changed. It's wonderful. I mean, look at us. We're live streaming, we're podcasting,
we're
we're
doing
kind of,
everything. We're doing
we,
everything. We're spreading our legacy. But what I want to do is come back to one other thing with
okay,
you, my dear, because your legacy, you performed, you performed with your husband, you sing, you taught. Now I think in the works, and we had the word for yesterday was with Alani Alesh was indomitable. Now I'm going to give you a music word that Cynthia and I know real well, and Sister Kathleen, pedagogy. It's the science of voice. You are in the process of being a Healthopedia Elite author, writing a vocal pedagogy book. And won't that be an amazing legacy piece as well, my dear? It will, won't it?
it will. It is also something that I have wanted to do for a long time. And once again, when you put it out to the universe, to God,
Yes.
then it gets answered. Ask and you shall receive. And so I asked and I'm receiving. Um, it is a wonderful journey. And I have to say that between the journey of Healthopedia and the journey for the essence of a woman, I have met some of the most wonderful women who are in their own sovereignty, who are making changes in the world, who are the movers and shakers. And that's what we all need to be. We need to be movers and shakers. We need to help the younger generations to develop this kind of self esteem, this type of sovereignty. It is so important that we as women have this, own what we are. We are strong, powerful, at the same time compassionate. And we need to take this compassion and this love that we have and share it with the world. And that is what I believe The Essence of a Woman does in a beautiful manner. I believe in terms of health, Healthopedia does that same thing of empowering people, period, women, men, to
Oh, there we go. You're back.
attain their best selves, to attain their best selves in health and in life. And the essence of a woman, I don't believe is just for women. I believe that men can read this and get a whole new insight into women.
Ooh, yes, because as we saw with Dr. Nefertina and her husband, Dr. Richard, here he was he was blowing our chat up. Oh, I love my wife. Isn't she beautiful? Whatever. And then she has the coquito right there. I mean, that's what we do. That's what we do. And to me, that's who we are. So I mean, I want to say that's who you are. That's who you are in such a way. So give us a tip, because we all like beauty tips. Okay, give us a one esthetician beauty tip, or what to look for in permanent makeup, because I can't wait to see my sister next week, and of course you, as I'm taking a couple weeks off, because she's so excited about having these permanent eyebrows that are not going to be up to here to her hairline, because you know what you're doing. So give us one beauty tip as you wrap up. I'd love to hear it.
So it's a pretty simple tip that every woman on earth can use. Get a good cleanser. Make sure that you cleanse your face twice a day, once in the morning, once at night. Make sure that you're not using something that is not correct for your skin. Look for a skin type. And your best bet really is see a professional, because we can help you figure out what you need for your skin. But cleansing your face is so important. The second thing would be moisturizing. Do not go out of the house without a good moisturizer and a good sunscreen. And
I think you know
sometimes,
that in Colorado, don't you? Mile
oh,
high.
yes. Well, and you in Florida.
Yes, yes. True, true, true.
Yes. We all need a really good sunscreen, because if you talk about wanting to be anti-aging, that is the best thing you can do to keep yourself from aging too quickly.
Beautiful. And I just want to say thank you again. Thank you for you going outside of your comfort zone as well. As I said in yesterday's keynote, Cynthia, I know you were probably with clients and what have you, but I will say I went ahead and mentioned Hulda Clark and her being the wisdom and my enthusiasm at 29. Now at 70, I am Hulda Clark. And I said, my
Yes.
contemporaries, you, Kathy Strauss, and several others that I mentioned, that wisdom of sovereignty, giving the enthusiastic sovereignty. And of course, our next speaker being Laura Ibarra, one of those in her 30s, the millennials of here, this is her third business. That's that, I'm going to call it the sovereignty circle of wisdom for women. You like that?
I love that.
And you are in that circle of life. And Cynthia, I can only wait to be able to hug your neck here next week when I'm in Colorado, because you truly embody your quote. You got the prize for getting the quote nailed the first time around. You have that way. You know, musicians playing, singing, we are good with words too. But the beauty you feel on the inside is the beauty you show in the world. Cynthia, you always show that beauty. Thank you for gracing the stage today. Thank you for writing your second chapter. And thank you for being you. Peace, love, and joy. Ciao for now.
Thank you. Ciao.
Oh, I'm going to say it. Oh, one of my favorite sayings, my husband said, oh my goodness gracious, Magnus. Isn't that really true? That was magnificent. Cynthia, beauty. We're talking about beauty. We're talking about Soulful Saturday, the community. So we're going to go into a double commercial break. Where does it start with? Cynthia said this. It starts with you and your world. It starts with your own personal health. Here's a commercial from my co-founder, my teacher, mentor, and world-renowned physician, Dr. James Marinakis, and his company, Personal Performance Institute, PPI.
The main reason I believe people's health is declining globally is because they don't do the things every day that they need to maintain themselves. They don't walk enough, they don't get enough nutrients, they accumulate way too much stress. They don't expose themselves to nature. They work under artificial lights that damage the rods and cones of their eye, their brain, disturb functions of their liver. Everybody wants to be free from disease, and they want to enjoy a long and happy life. At the Personal Performance Institute, we teach you how to do exactly that. It starts right in the beginning. The very first things you'll do, which are simple instructions, will improve your health, and they will make you feel better about yourself. Not believe that you feel better about yourself, but actually feel better about yourself. That's what the Personal Performance Institute can do for you.
Money and You is the longest running entrepreneurial, experiential, transformational training in the world. And we have been impacting the lives of over 200,000 graduates from over 85 countries since 1979. I am Doria Cordova and I own Money and You. And I would like to invite you to join us to the next program where you will have an opportunity to be with a group of people that will all be immersed in experiential games where you have an opportunity to clear any blocks that you may have to really creating wealth and doing good. But at the same time, learn the business success model, which really immerses you into a conversation about leverage. Leverage is key in creating wealth and doing good. And we have the results to show that this program works. People like Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Ben Cohen of Ben and Jerry's, and many others have attended this program and changed their lives and created new industry and are some of the most well-known change makers in the world. Thank you. Aloha. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Aloha. Bye-bye. We heard from Dame Doria Cordova yesterday towards the end of our program, Money and You. The next will be in San Diego starting. It's a 4-day experiential, best 4 days that I've ever spent with a group of professionals, ever, ever, ever. And I'm a professional seminarian. I will tell you, Dame Doria, Money and You, San Diego, California, January 15th through 18th. And it'll be 2025. She does programs on Ho'oponopono, on prayer, for forgiveness, since we've been talking about the essence of a woman, that it's forgiveness is truly the essence of a woman. And it's just a incredible program. She lives part of her life and time in Hawaii with her significant other, Christian. And also Money and You will be in San Diego. She has programs. Look of moneyandyou.com. And on Tuesday, if you're listening to this broadcast or you listen to it before Tuesday, DM me at my Facebook page, my personal page. I will see it. It's Bear Robert Jody. DM me there. Say, I'd like to be a part of your program with Money and You Leverage, 4 p.m. Eastern for 90 minutes. Myself will be doing a completion Zoom with our incredible authors, my incredible best-selling authors, leading ladies. Then we will go in to Dame Doria's training on how you can take your book, your business, and leverage. Leverage is it. 90-minute training. I'll be incredible. Or you can DM me on Instagram at Healthopedia365. That's our Healthopedia page. Just DM me. I will find you. But this is what I want to know that you have found. You have found, and please, let's put the scan code up You can scan this. You can get your book. You know, after that last thing, what we have done with our book thus far. Number one in 6 different categories. Well, the 7th is you. That's a divine number. Remember, of the 40% of all children in the world, or actually in America, of 300 million, 74 million children age 18 or below, 1 out of 5 children goes hungry to bed, hungry in America. And we can make this difference, the power of one. Buy the book. Then guess what? The paper dolls begin. Make sure you buy one for a bestie. Remember these ladies that I talked about when you're at a social function? You never go to the restroom by yourself, and let's create an eternal paper doll effect. We talk about it in our book in the final conglomerative chapter. We talk about it when we say it's a legacy lady. Who went before you? Who will go after you? You see, as Les Brown says, children are 40% of our population, but 100% of our future. Buy the book, 10% of the proceeds of your book goes to that child. When you buy one and buy one for a bestie and inspire 2 other women to do the same, that child goes not hungry, is fed for 2 months. And then we carry it forward. We widen that net, but it starts with you being the power of one. As Dr. Nefertina said, you be the one to act. You be the one to be the change for that child. And we will make a difference. Do it now, because now spells backwards is one. And I'll tell you who has won in this world, being a young millennial. Her company, 3 wins. Go figure. She has won, and she had an amazing story in her book. Laura Ibarra, she was our wrangler yesterday, and we had a thing or two, as we always do with live TV first day one. I'm just so glad that she came back, but she is here because she has passion. She has purpose. She has absolute persistence, because she does things with our 4th P in business, perfection. It's like we had pink pumps, pearls, perfume. Remember that little spray? Well, she does the 4 Ps in her personal life and her business life to perfection. Her company, 3 Wins International, is a US-based company. This is her 3rd business, and she's a young millennial in her 30s because she had a legacy that she followed with her parents. But what I want to really give shine to, like Dr. Nidhi Solomon, being from Thailand, and English was her 2nd language, doing a solo book. Laura Ibarra from Mexico, Spanish is her 1st language. She wrote her chapter in English. I know there's a solo book in Laura Ibarra as well, because there is so much in this young lady. Notice we have back to back to back these beautiful, beautiful ethnic women. She's the Latina. That's what I looked like when I was 29, when I was hold a clock. Not now, but you saw the Asian woman with Dr. Needy. You saw the African American woman with Dr. Tyra Good and Dr. Princess Moradeun Ogunlana yesterday, because and I guess maybe we have to do a 2nd edition of this book. If there's a Native American woman who would love to tell your story in our book, we'll go ahead and squeeze you in somewhere, because guess what? Kathy Strauss always makes room, so we can have all 5 ethnicities here. But you are that Latina woman, that hot, mucho caliente in everything.
Sí, señorita. Sí, señorita. Here I am. Thank you for having me, Jody.
Yeah. But it's muy caliente in todos los días. That's what you are. That's all my Spanish. That's all I know. Thank you. Thank you, Laura, for everything you do, who you are, how you came and supported us in the stretch going down the home stretch. When you had life lifing on you, you stepped up because you understand that embodiment of true community. Thank you for that. And I wanted to give you a public shine for that. It meant the world to me and always will.
Thank you. And you have my heart with you and with the team. I mean, this is a team effort. We know that we can do just as much, but when we collaborate, as we learn in Money and You, and going back, please go on in January. The inventory is waiting for us.
Be
That's
with
an
us.
amazing, amazing program. But I just want to thank you, Jody, for the opportunity. I was reflecting today with a client and friend, and I was telling the story, like how I get the invitation to be in this amazing, enormous opportunity to be featured as not just as an author, co-authoring with so many women, so many powerful women, but being able to tell my story in a way that I wanted. Because you may or may not know that the story that I'm featuring in the finance pillar is about my thesis. I'm currently pursuing a PhD in social research. And all the studies, all the documentation that I have been creating for this project, it's on the scientific level, right? So they don't allow me to express myself. They don't allow me to show my emotions. They say, okay, go to the basics, go to the scientific. You're doing research. You're not talking about your experience. And you gave me the gift of telling my story here, Jody, and I will be always grateful for that.
I want to come back to one thing though. I receive your compliment, but you were the one that initiated it because you saw something that I was doing about. We were still looking for a few authors,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah, I
then
remember that.
you and I met. You and I met at Money and You.
Yeah.
You really didn't have a lot of English skills at that time. And look at you. Now you're writing in it. I mean, that's just a win in unto itself. And by the way, you're blowing up the chat just like Richard Serrano did for his wife. It must be that Latin flair for today.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
and I can tell you, it's my mom and my granddaddy is there. Hola, aquí ando. Grábenme, los amo.
Hola, ¿qué pasa? Here we are. Here we are. That's all I know. And
Yeah, now you're bilingual.
but this enormous book, you said, well, tell me really about what you're doing. I saw your post on Facebook.
Mhm.
See, you reached out first. When you show up, like Dr. Nefertina said, when you show up, things happen. And look what happened. Here we are.
That was magical. I mean, it was a magical opportunity, and I'm gonna save the story for the next book because I know you're gonna create a series of books on this. But yeah, it was an amazing opportunity, just right on time. As I'm telling you and sharing with the audience, I'm creating all this dissertation about the challenges that you, as an not only woman, immigration process, coming to the United States under a dependent visa, which is a conundrum of things that you can play around. And if you're not well prepared, if you don't work in your mindset, it's going to be difficult. So that's why I picked that specific story, because I know a lot of people, especially women in the United States, will relate to my story.
Well, and you know what, Laura, the fact that I'm thinking, I think it was Dr. Needy yesterday said, and forgive me if it was another one of our amazing authors. There's so much wisdom there. But she said, if you start with your head, it can't go to your heart. You start with your heart, it pumps it up to the head. And so you made that switch. You were so incredibly coachable because I noticed it felt like a dissertation and it felt like you were giving facts. And you weren't the only one, because when you can get into the emotion, you start in motion. And that's what you did. You made that switch. You came back in our second edit. And I'll tell you, I don't know what I like better: writing, publishing, doing our masterminds, teaching, training. I think editing. I was so into, because I'm a woman. I've been a woman all my life, and this side of glory, I will be a woman. All right. And being able to be in the emotion with you with this story. So tell us about the 3 wins. Tell us a little bit. And by the way, there isn't going to be a series of this. This is the standalone book, but you can put your story in your solo book. There will be another place to put that story in an anthology, but Women's Essence is done. We move on to the next one, which will be Real Men Are Aware. That's that muscle and everything.
Of course.
So as far as I'm concerned, tell us a little bit about just the 3 wins.
Of course. And I love to talk about 3 wins, because for me, especially when I'm thinking about how many things we got through the Money and You seminar, is a lot of distinction. And I took this from really Buckminster Fuller and all the teachings. They start by, I started by thinking about collaboration. So we usually know that in business, we usually mention a win-win situation. So I just want to ask you, and you can write on the comments, what does a win-win situation means to you? So are you thinking about, okay, I'm gonna offer my product and then people will pay me the value, and of course I'm gonna do my best to deliver a good quality service, a product. But when it comes to that synergy, when you find a good partner, when you find a good client, then I saw this. I mean, it was an enlightening moment, I think, just by reading about Mr. Fuller again. And it was about, okay, we're getting momentum. Once you start that collaboration, you have this energy that is capable of having a third vector. So now you can imagine just going from this to this point, then you can converge the forces and you create the third win. So that's why my company stands for 3 Wins International, because it's my mission here is to enlighten my clients with creativity. That's my power. That's my power. I see things and I can come to you, Jody, and tell you, okay, what if we create this? What if we now do that? So I have a creative mind, and I use this from the benefit of my clients. But later, after I have been working in my field for over 15 years, I noticed that some of my clients were not aligned with my values, my personal values. And that's okay. I mean, everyone deserves to be wherever they like. But I felt like, okay, I'm helping this company to grow, to be seen international, as I did with a couple of projects in Dubai, in Australia. And then I see, but it doesn't resonate, because behind the scenes, I was able to see, okay, this is not what I'm aiming for. This is not the collaboration that I'm looking for. Therefore, there is no way that I can continue with this client. So now, while I was in the immigration journey, being here, learning English, showing up every single day, making mistakes by talking, that's the way you learn, by the way. And then realize, okay, now I get to pick who is going to be my client, because my client profile needs to be someone with a heart, that they don't only create a project and make profit, which is good, nothing wrong with that. But what is the ripple effect about your project? So when you invited me and I saw the company and I see how you're connecting people, how you're giving us the voice and the power and the notoriety that we need, the authority to show up here. I mean, I never thought in my wildest dream that I will be speaking in English on national TV in US, international, and then my mom and Dame Doria and Janet is my friend, my close friends are cheering me up here. So just
It's the 3 wins. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. That's 3 wins, because Laura, this is who you are. I just want to interject this, not interrupt, because you were so on a roll, but that's a healthy mindset.
Yeah.
And then you can go game match to be in your financial groove, because you said, I love these clients, but they didn't align with my values.
Exactly.
Wow.
That's a game
That was
changer.
the nugget. All right. I just wanted to bring that together for you. Way to
Thank
go.
you. No, yeah, and I mean, it takes a journey, because as Dame Doria will resonate with this, when you're in a scarcity mindset, you think, oh, I need to make money. I need to take every single client. And that is not only hurting your business, but yourself, because you're selling cheap, regardless the cost of the service. If that connection is not working, it's difficult to stay there without that level of confidence. And what has helped me these last 6 years, my sixth journey here in the United States, first learning English, then reading, so that you can you know this, the audience doesn't know, but this book, and it's an old copy, it changed my life. I mean, I know when we were editing, i I was intentionally using Napoleon Hill words, because that part of the book helped me to realize and overcome so much fears that they speak about. That's why my quote, it says, like, the essence of winning lies in giving yourself permission to play with your mindset, because it truly is.
And you know what? I was looking in the comments. Guess what our Dame Dory just said? Laura Ibarra is a rock star. And I thought to myself, si, senora, I agree. I agree. And you're a rock star because even as a little child, just like Dame Doria, must be the Latin culture. You were
We
putting
hustle while we're young.
what was that?
We hustle while we're young, and we're still young. I know them, they're so young.
Yes, but when she was talking about like muy joven, see,
Yeah.
She
She was a little cashier. I know that at
little
8
cashier.
years old.
You went ahead and stuffed these envelopes for your parents because they had a business.
Yeah.
You
And I
learned
can tell
first.
you, and I can tell you, I just picked this, and I know my grandfather is here, Raul Hector Parra. And let me tell you this. My grandfather has currently a sports little store in my hometown. So when I get back to my elementary school, because my mom was working, my dad was working, I came to that store and I was there. And I all the time I was um, acquiring the essence and how to sell. And my mom always asked me, why, when you were little, you sell these little baby, little Barbie outfits? Because I was buying some Barbie outfits and putting together, going to my elementary school in Torreon, Coahuila, and I was selling the outfits for my classmate. Later on, my teacher find it out and they prohibited to me, but I was an entrepreneur when I was 8, and she always asked me why. I mean, my mom is not on sales. As I shared, both of them are professors, but guess what? My great grandfather, he's a master of sales, and he's here, by the way. Gracias,
Yes,
Papa Raúl, te amo.
and I mean, you. By the way, I'm going to say you got a 3-star review in the comments. Rock star, rock star, rock star. So it's that legacy. It's like what Cynthia was talking about: the sovereignty, the circle of wisdom.
Mhm.
Wisdom gives to the next generation enthusiasm. Like I feel we have given to you with this enthusiasm. You will take it to the next generation, whether you sell Barbie doll clothes, books, you're a consultant, and by the way, it's Laura Creative. So let's just go in. How was this writing process for you, since English is your second language? I would love to just go
Yeah.
into that just a bit.
Thank you. Well, it took me a minute to pick exactly the story. So I got the invitation, and I will never forget. It was April 9th, 2024. I know for a
April 9th.
fact.
Okay.
Yeah, it was that morning, just after a breakfast. And then I started the creative process. And as I do with my designs, I was doing the same for the project. So I was thinking, I was making drawings, and then it took me a little bit of time to figure out, okay, should I start this in Spanish and then adapt the text? Should I go straight to English and try it for once? So what I decided, it was, okay, I'm going to do this how it comes. If the inspiration comes in English, I'm going to write in English. And then if I need to shift, I will shift. So in my notebook, because the first part of the book, the chapter is in my notebook, like my notes, and then I copy all the content, and then of course I use ChatGPT to adjust and make it the corrections and the grammar, and that everything looks great. But I was impressed because most of the story came directly from English. Maybe the writing or the grammar, the spelling is not good, but the intention and the story was right in English. And I think that comes with practice. And I will tell you something. And I want to say hi to Maggie Avila, who introduced me to this great opportunity. She invited me in May to fly to Cannes Festival in France. So when I went to France, I took my notebook and I was like, maybe it's going to be very romantic if I say that my chapter was written in France. And guess what? I
It
did it.
was.
I mean, during the whole week, we were back to back meetings, going to Cannes Festival, reaching out to many, many people that we want to connect with. But then the last day during my flight, I was like, this is it. So I was on the plane writing my notes, and the first part of the chapter, I wrote that in France. So
And I remember you sending me that text. That text. Sorry if we're going to get down memory lane, but it's all relationship. This is Soulful
Mhm.
Saturday. We're in real relationship. You were raw. You said, I believe I can do this. I've got all this time in the airplane, and you did it. It's that intention. You see, you gave yourself, you lived your quote, Laura.
Yeah.
You gave yourself permission to play with your mindset. Then it became a healthy mindset match and a game of life. And so what is the last word of wisdom that you would give the millennials, the Latinas, the women that look exactly like you, unlike my gal doesn't look like me, but it did when I was 29. Okay. Give us that last piece of wisdom, because you have so much, my dear. So
Thank you.
soulful. Oh, the soulful South Carolinian women. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I'm becoming. I have this now, this southern accent now. No, I'm kidding. I'm just being playful. But I think above all is just really giving yourself the permission to play with your mindset, because everything, and here you can read like every thought is a thing. So anything that you think, you can create a plan and
Yes.
master that thing and achieve it. And
Yes.
Walt Disney told us, like, if you dream about it, you can achieve it. The thing here is you need to dare to dream, and then you need to take action, because you can have huge dreams. I never dream about being this level of author, right?
So
But
you
I
might as
got
well
it
start
because
with
I
a big
attracted
book. Yeah. Start with a big book.
in a big book with so many people that is, for me, I look up like Dr. Khalilah Camacho. Am I co-authoring with her? Like, how do this happen? And I know it's a procession. I just want to close with this. Procession is the thing that when you're moving towards a goal, you don't know what else you're affecting. And this is from Buckminster Fuller. Maybe I'm not explaining quite exactly, but this is what I got. When a bee is flying to the flower, they in their little mission is to get the pollen, right? But
Yes.
in the trajectory, they move their wings, and that
Yes.
movement affects everything. So we
Yes.
better believe that if we're going to achieve a goal, you're going to move many layers in your life, in your relationships, with your friends, with your family. And that's the truly essence about lying yourself and play to win.
Playing to when you gave yourself permission to fly your wings, to do something you've never done before. The
Mhm.
procession, it's absolutely, as I can hear Dame Doria saying, big shout out to you again, my dear, is that those generalized principles, you've
Mhm.
lived them, you are the essence. And I know, as Dr. Jim and I've said, I know you started on Healthopedia, the putting the puzzle pieces together on foundational health as we talked. But since you are in this book, it makes sense for you to do your book in Espanol. And the primera vez, el libro. So I'm telling you, I'm not going to butcher your Spanish anymore, my Spanglish, but what I'm going to say so much is gracias. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for just giving us your essence. Thank you for giving your heart and soul to this project, because you truly are playing in that mindset game match, millennial style. Thank you, Laura. I love you,
Jody.
I appreciate you. Now you can go backstage.
Yeah, I need to dance with Tiffany Haddish. She's coming, right?
Yes. Very, very soon. Ciao for now.
Bye.
So now we're going on to, I guess it's the Latina time, isn't it? To Shannon Roper of Roper's Health Oasis, another proud sponsor of our Healthopedia movement, an author that you will hear from tomorrow. Let's take a look, take a listen to foundational, absolutely board certified nurse practitioner, Shannon Roper of Roper's Health Oasis.
Shannon Roper, board-certified family nurse practitioner, CEO, and founder of Roper's Health Oasis, located in beautiful Carlsbad, New Mexico. Shannon took her vision of true holistic healthcare to promote wellness instead of illness and show you how you can live between office visits, as Dr. Bernie Siegel says. She has your best interest as a priority and incorporates the 6 pillars of health into each day. Join Shannon along with the other 39 authors as she elevates Healthopedia and creates a real health oasis for you and your life.
Shannon Roper, extraordinary Healthopedia ambassador in our first book, and writing on the spiritual pillar of the journey of this beautiful thing called life and health. And now we also have an amazing, it's kind of the health thing. Do you think our sponsors know that we are the Healthopedia channel here on Traverse TV? And you can also like, subscribe, and share to our YouTube channel, Healthopedia 365. And you will find it at Dr. Jody. Do this because we have 9 shows per week on YouTube and Traverse TV. Let's take a look, take a listen. You've heard my testimony about what stem cell, the eternal stem cell that brought my healing and hope and no pain to my neck pain, having such a resume of being paralyzed from the shoulders on down, still having neck pain for 40 years. It now is gone for the last 2 years, thanks to New Hope Regeneration and owner, Kevin Lucas.
Hope and restoration really are ingrained in us. We're designed, it's literally in our DNA. The ability to have the body heal and have the mind and the soul, all these things are important. But what I believe my path is, and the way that I help people with that process, is that I specialize in the physiological aspect. So for 20 years in my private practice as a board certified structural integrator, I thought I was helping people restore their bodies, but I realized I was helping them manage their decline. The restoration of families is significant. I can't tell you how many times I would have a mom in tears in my office because she couldn't get on the floor and play with her kids. I would have a dad who couldn't go on a hike or throw a ball with his son or his daughter. Really, when you ask people, what's the biggest problem here? My back pain hurts. Okay, if you didn't have back pain, what would you do? Then we get the list of, my wife and I could go on a motorcycle ride. We could go camping. I could go play soccer with my son. I could, whatever it happens to be. Now we're in a situation where a person can receive these amazing infinity cells. The body can use those cells for what it knows it needs to do. Our clients are able to receive the most simple thing that I have ever seen in all of healthcare, and they're able to get their life back at a level that many people would say was impossible. And quite frankly, until 5 years ago, I would have also told you that was impossible because we never see it. And now we see it all over the country, hundreds of times a day, thousands of times a year. And now I've observed this process over 125,000 times. I just almost don't have words to know after I've seen it so many times, what kind of hope people can get back in their lives. If we can help your body do what it's naturally designed to do, which is to regenerate and restore and heal, you can then begin to do so many other things that you didn't think you were ever going to be able to do. And that really is why, I'm so obsessed with what we're doing.
And now for our 5-minute break to do a liquid exchange. We'll be back in 5 minutes with Dr. Glenn Depke.
system train your own. Stop, grab hold of yourself.
Oh my goodness gracious. We're going to woman up. We are she ready. That is Tiffany Haddish's foundation for girls. We're going to be hearing about that in just a minute, but this is what you're in for a treat for. This is the power of one. With men and women, we're all in relationship. Remember, I said it is Soulful Saturday. And Glenn Depke came into my life through Dr. Bill Janicek. Bill Janicek came into my life because of Mo Rock. It's always the power of one. Dr. Bill and I just fell in instant connection. Being the NLP chiropractor that he really was, I was beginning to get things started with everything and all things Dr. Talk and Traverse TV. Dr. Bill, I told him, we need to have a Dr. Show Talk. Dr. Talk, come play in our health sandbox. Next thing you know, he said, I think you need to meet Dr. Glenn Depke, and so on and so on. Because then I found out about Dr. Glenn, and I knew that he and Bill had that same bromance going on, like we women connect. Then I found out, and I named him the Happy Hormone Doctor. Why? Because Dr. Glenn Depke, for almost 30 years, has dealt with women's health. Not only did he grace us with his knowledge and just his heart, writing that forward. I've never been interviewed for a forward before, but Glenn, with such precision, only does what Dr. Glenn is doing. And I just want to give him honor. He's in the middle of a 4-day training up in, I believe, Chicago, Illinois. He said, if I can do this time, I can come on. I would hate to miss this. And frankly, you are always an event and we'd hate to miss you. So we're going to do a precursor. Dr. Glenn, when was the last time you got to be a what do I want to say? The opening act for the Tiffany Haddish. That is truly being the Happy Hormone Doctor. Welcome to our Essence of a Woman Live Summit. And it does say, it says Tiffany Haddish, Dr. Khalilah Camacho Ali, Princess Moradeun, Dr. Jody Baird, Dr. James Marinakis, forward by Dr. Glenn Depke. Actually, they had your name as big as the 3 A-listers. I said, oh, no. He's not that big. But to me, you are the A-lister being a Happy Hormone Doctor. Welcome. Welcome to our live.
Thank you, Jody. It is a pleasure to be here, and I'm honored to open. Are you kidding? And it's such an honor for me, and honestly, it's just an honor to be a part of your group and the Essence of a Woman, because I don't know that there's another male fan that's a bigger male out there that's a bigger fan than women than I am.
Yes. And when you can say your chapter, healthy hormones are your superpower, you mean it, you live it.
Absolutely.
So tell us about your chapter, how our forward, anything that you know, in the next 17 minutes, I just want to hear all things Glenn, but I really want to put up your quote because this is what you are all about. You can turn back the clock and feel young again. You really, that's your practice, that's your mission. So just how did you get into this thing called women's health?
Well, there's a couple of things that it organically grew, to be honest with you. I've been in practice. I've been into health for about 30 years from helping people, but I started my practice about 24 years ago. And what I found through the years is that the things that I'm helping women overcome would typically help them tied into what's going on with the hormonal system. And even being more specific, when a woman is in the throes of menopause symptoms, typically what I would do with the things that I would be doing to helping women balance themselves hormonally and getting to the triggers, I'd recognize that really what was happening is their symptoms were just dropping. They were just going away naturally. And what I've learned through then the years of really focusing on women and putting my 100% focus on women on hormones, I also recognize a couple things more like emotionally and energetically that are a big deal. And it's number one is that women for so long, I feel on levels have been taken advantage of and lied to. Yes. And one of the big things that I say in regard to lies is tied into hormones. You know, when I think of women out there, and every woman at some point in her life is going to go through menopause. And the lies have overtaken our culture. You know, the things that you should suffer with weight gain, with mood swings, with sleeplessness, with brain fog, with fatigue, and the list goes on, is simply not the truth. And tied into where I feel like women have been taken advantage of, I feel like there's so much of a so many women in our culture end up with hormonal issues, whether it be during perimenopause or menopause, or even prior to that, even in childbearing years. And it's simply because, and this is the one thing, and Jody, you've heard me say this before.
Yes.
Men have it so much easier than women. We really do,
Hold on a
100%.
minute. Hold on a minute. That's why I absolutely adore you, because I've never heard a man say that who's in a professional sense like that. That means the world. Say it again.
Men have it so much easier than women. And I know this because I've been working with women almost exclusively for over 20 years now. And what I see, and this is my recognition of literally, I've worked with over 7,637 women, and I've been counting some time. I'm sure it's closer to 8,000 at this point. And what I see all the time is women who take care of their husband or their significant other. They take care of their family. They take care of their home. They're very often involved in their church or community. Oh, and on top of that, you now work a full-time job too. You know, so tell me that isn't a significantly much more difficult life than a life of a man who typically goes to work and comes home to be taken care of from his beautiful, amazing wife or significant other. And that's why so many more women are challenged from a hormonal perspective, because their life is just so much more difficult. And it's time to change that. It's time to change the story, and it's time to get the truth rather than being lied to.
Yes, and being lied to. You've got to get the book and read Dr. Glenn's chapter, because it's that good. And I really laugh because it's so typical. Women speak, we speak much more than men. And when I said 2,500 words max, and there were a couple of authors that went way over, and we had to cut every woman's down. Guess what? With you and Dr. Jim, you were under the 2,500 words. Isn't that a typical man? But in your less than 2,500 words, which you've given so much, and what your panel is, I'm going to say, ladies, if you hear Dr. Glenn, he's an expert. He has something about women's hormones, like I have something about cleansing. I've never seen it before. It's revolutionary. And when you say, because then you got to buy the book to hear what else you said. Your patient said there should be two, and what you said, there are two symptoms that usually have under menopause. Please share that. That's just amazing.
Yeah, and this is the shocker for most people, again, because of the lies. And remember, you've been told you should gain weight, have hot flashes, no longer be able to regulate your mood. You should be sleeping poorly. You should be fatigued. You should have brain fog. All these things you're told you should have. Yet the only two symptoms you should have as you go through perimenopause and into menopause and postmenopausal is you should stop having a monthly cycle, and you should no longer be able to conceive, and that's it. That is it. And if you're having those other symptoms, that's something deeper than that, and it's not called menopause.
So you address it foundationally. And I mean, and you're out there training, teaching, doing this, that, and other. Tell us what you do. Is it just do all these women in your classes just get to look at your handsome self? I think everybody would sign up.
Well, thank you for that, Jody. Maybe you can all see me blushing on here right now. But no, it's the big thing is that, like, what drives me, my passion and compassion is in teaching and actually providing truth, right? And really, I love working with women. I mean, I can help men too, but I really love working with women because, and there's many different reasons for this. Is number one, women are the ones being lied to, men are not. Women are the ones living the much harder lifestyle. Men are not. And because of that, women are much more significantly challenged hormonally because of these things that are going on. And on top of that, I love working with women because women love to take in information. They love to to actually take action on this information. They create priorities in their life to prevent and to overcome. And also, what I've recognized through working with women for over 20 years, women are the most appreciative people on this planet. Because when you help a woman with something, they are so over the top appreciative, and honestly, they tell every other woman that they know of the benefits they've received. And it's such a joy for me to play such a significant role in women's health, and to really be the male who's taking a stand for what's been going on with women for not just recently. This is like, we're talking generations here.
Yes. And like we began today with Dr. Nevertina Serrano just uplifting her husband, Richard, because he was blowing up the chat. He was going like crazy and saying this, that, and the other about his wonderful woman. And then she comes out with his coquito, this wonderful hot Puerto Rican drink that's his brand and his business. Because men are the wind beneath our wings. Because frankly, I don't know whether I would have had my sons without some kind of a man involved. Come on. You know, we need each other. And you, as a man, wouldn't be able to have that experience of a legacy if you choose the children without having a woman. We need each other. It's the divine masculine, divine feminine. Dr. Jim wrote about that in his chapter, and 2 women wrote about that as well. And so what in this traditional naturopathic play in our next 4 minutes, just give us some, okay, I'm going to say it's Dr. Glenn Depke Unleashed. Please go for it.
Well, a couple of things that I'll say is, it's number one, it's much simpler than we're led to believe. It's really a simple process of understanding you've got to take care of the simple things in life. I mean, Jody, that's what you're all about. You're all about these foundational aspects of what people have to take care of, right? And which is, I'll also add with this. This is why it's such an honor for me to be a part of this book, The Essence of a Woman, because like, I'm just a piece of the puzzle.
Yes.
Every other author in this book is another piece of the puzzle. And together, when you put all of our pieces together, we are literally a work of art, right? So we have to take care of those foundational aspects. And then from there,
I should have taken a couple of these paper dolls and not had them be a skirt for you and Jim. I'm going to make it for tomorrow. Okay, go ahead.
And then from there, it's like everybody can really understand a comprehensive level of where their hormonal system is. You can easily be on a protocol to help balance your hormones. And what I always like to bring up too is that when hormones are out of balance, the problem is not your hormones. The problem is whatever is triggering the hormonal imbalance in the first place. Now that could be tied into every chapter in this book, right? Yeah, yes. With the understanding of your foundations of what's going on mentally, emotionally, energetically, spiritually, like all these aspects. And on top of that, there's other triggers that are fully functional. It could be like with Dr. Bill, it could be tied into the health of your vertebrae. It could be tied into dealing with infections in your body, food sensitivities, poor diet, toxicity, and the list goes on. And the joy of all of this is there's 100% of the time there's answers. And as I said, women have been told that there aren't answers and you should just expect to suffer. And even statistically, Jody, literally in our culture, about 2 million women every year enter menopause, and about 75 to 85% of them suffer from a level of inconvenient suffering to debilitating suffering, and you don't have to. That's, to me, that's the joy, and that's the power of the whole of this book, The Essence of a Woman.
And I can truthfully say, like, I just want to give you shine about, and just grateful shine that when you said, well, I'd like to spend an hour with you to write the foreword, I said, nobody's ever done that. I mean, you offered that because that's your generous nature. That's your generous nature. That's why you are who you are. And I mean, that is just was so big to me. And then I wrote what you wrote in the book. It just filled my heart and soul. No wonder when you can read, and you go to depkewellness.com, you read the testimonies of the women. And yes, he can help you virtually, but he's always training and speaking, whatever. He's got to fit you in. And it's all good. But let me tell you something. You are that kind of a man. You are that kind of professional. And I had to just put this up and say, you make us feel wrong again. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Happy, happy, happy hormone doctor.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
And Glenn, just go back, train them with peace, love, and joy. We'll see you again November 22nd or 21st on Doctor Talk. Come play in our health sandbox. And we will always say we will feel young again. Ciao for now.
Ciao, ciao.
Oh, here we are. Are you ready? Are you ready? See, there are great men behind us, aren't there? Always, always. There are great men. And then they make us she ready. We are so she ready. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Our keynote, our lead author, A-lister, Tiffany Haddish, a woman who needs no introduction. But how this came about was the power of one referral to Dr. Jim, my partner, my co-founder of Healthopedia, and here we are. We are going to be gracing this stage. We are so woman up, she ready. And so before I bring her up on stage, we're just going to get a little bit of this song that has been our theme song for this time, this moment, this book, this movement. Get ready to be she ready for Tiffany Haddish.
Never seen you like this, looking like this, looking like shit. Never seen you so down, there ain't no doubt, gotta snap out of this. I hate to see you, I hate to see you this way, lying in your bed, covers over your head, thinking that it's over, but it's not. Just stop and woman up, pull it together. Where's the tough girl that you would go and get up? Time to get your ass back on track. Wake up, girl, you better. Woman woman up. Look at you, they're acting like a victim. Girl, what is this? I just can't believe you. This can't be you. Girl, you better fix this. You can't go on. You can't go one more day this way. Lying in your bed, covers over your head. Get off that victim train you're on. Stop. Grab hold of yourself and woman up. Pull it together. Where's the tough girl that you would go and get up? Time to get your ass back on track. Wake up, girl, you better. Woman woman up. Pull the shades up, turn the lights
Tiffany Haddish.
And woman up, pull it together.
Comedian extraordinaire, New York Times bestseller, Grammy nominee, and female groundbreaker. Named one of Time's 100 most influential people in 2018. Also named the Hollywood Reporter's 100 most powerful people in entertainment in 2018 and 2019. She's the star of the hit movie Girls Trip and a 21st century film icon. Join Tiffany Haddish and other inspiring voices as they unveil stories, wisdom, and the essence of what it means to be a woman today. This book is a game changer. It's about embracing our power with Tiffany Haddish, leading the way to women's empowerment. The Essence of a Woman. Unleash the feminine soul.
Oh, we are so she ready for Tiffany Haddish, actress, comedian, international best-selling author. But this is what I know. She has a humility about her. That's her true star power. Let's just bring her up on stage without any further ado. The Tiffany Haddish. Goodness gracious, girl. We were dancing backstage. Please unmute your mic. Woo! She ready. I think you're unmuted. There we go. There we go. I can't do it. You'll do it. She ready. She ready. She ready. She ready. I got the t-shirt. We got the lights on. We've got you. Welcome to our live virtual summit. The book that you said that you said yes to. I just want to thank you from the bottom of my humble heart. Do you know, I saw your Instagram the other day. He said you were in Morocco. I don't know whether that's where you're on. You know,
I was in Morocco. Now I'm home.
Okay. Well, you've been in Morocco. Dr. Khalilah Camacho Ali is in Afghanistan. And Dr. Princess Moradeun Ogunlana is in Qatar. I'm going, y'all just come back on home.
Well, it's good to see the world, though.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for making this truly a global movement. Thank you for saying yes and being she ready to make this book what it has been now, #1 on Amazon in 10 categories. In 10 categories, Barnes & Noble bestseller, Kobo bestseller. Next week will be Wall Street Journal. We're going to have to talk offline to see how we can make it New York Times bestseller like your Black Unicorn. You know what I'm saying?
It's possible. Anything's possible.
Anything is possible when you say yes. On behalf of Dr. Jim and myself, I want to thank you from my humble heart and grateful heart for saying yes and being she ready for our book.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a pleasure to be able to write for it, to give my little, 2 cents on what it is to be, what the essence of a woman really is.
So tell us about Little Tiff. I just want to take a few minutes, and then I as I told Tuesday, your executive secretary, I just want a little bit of Tiffany Haddish unleashed. But when you talked about Little Tiff in I Curse You with Joy, and I'm going to bring the book up, and yes, you need to get these 2 books because they're that good, because she didn't mess around with these books. New York Times bestseller, The Last Black Unicorn, and I Curse You with Joy. I love when you talked about Little Tiff in that book, because there's a lot of reasons you couldn't be here right now being this big Tiff. True or true?
True facts. I've been through a lot. I don't know any woman that is successful that hasn't been through a few things, that's had some trials and tribulations, if you will. And I've definitely gone through them before I was even a full-grown adult, as a teenager, as a child, definitely had my challenges. And that's why I feel like, whatever happens as an adult it can be solved. There is a resolution. Just have to be patient and then look at the big picture and be active. Go for it.
Active. Go for it. Go all out. All in.
I'm gonna have to say Little T is very happy. Okay, Little Tiff. Little TT, Little Tiff. She's very happy. We're living all the dreams. Okay. Jet setting and all, doing everything I ever wanted to do.
And then giving back on top of it. And I think our underlying theme, Tiffany, is the power of one. You had that power of one, our underlying thing with that social worker. You could have been in juvie with foster care. True or
Yeah.
true? Yeah. And that power of one, she got you to the comedy club. Tell a little bit about that story. It's just, it warmed my heart.
Well, so I was in foster care, and my social worker was getting tired of coming up to the school because I kept getting in trouble. And she finally gave me, she said, look, you got two options here. Okay. You can go to the Laugh Factory Comedy Camp, or you can go to psychiatric therapy. Which one you want to do? I was like, which one got drugs? She said, you definitely going to be on drugs if you go to therapy. I said, well, then I'll go to the comedy camp. And at the comedy camp, I learned communication skills. I learned when to be funny, when not to be funny, stage presence, confidence, just the confidence. And what I realized over the years is like, everyone's like, you're so confident, you're so confident. It's not really that I'm confident. It's that I'm courageous. I dare to fail. Dare, take the opportunity. Try. If you don't try, you never will win. You have to try. So, and it's okay to make mistakes. You can learn from them and grow.
And we talked, Dr. Princess Moradeun talked yesterday about that quiet courage, because that creates confidence. I just wanted to give her shine on that. What a beautiful tie-in, that power of one. And how did you come up with, I'm sure it was a collaborative with your PR, but I just love your tagline, from the hood to Hollywood. That is just beauty.
Well, first of all, that had nothing to do with my PR. That was all me. And it's something I used to say all the time. Like, I grew up in South Central LA. It was the hood. Like it's not easy. It's rough. And then bam, I'm in Hollywood, which is also a different type of a hood. It's also a different type of not easy in it being rough. But I was able to, navigate both terrains, and still navigating both. I still live in South Central LA.
Really, that's amazing. And why not? Why not? And I guess I love that we could have put in your chapter title. And I will say, as the publisher, I did put my chapter right behind yours. But and yes, you got more. And Tiffany and the princess and Dr. Khalilah got more than 2,500 words, because you got too much to say. I said, no, I when you gave me those two stories, you decide which one. I said, oh, it's my choice, both. It was too good not to put both together, so we put it together.
Well, I try to give you more of a serious one and more of like a comedic one, and just have fun with it. Go pick whatever one you like best. But hey, if you chose both, great. That's how I've always been like that. Always been like, I have two options for you, just in case you were wondering.
Plan A, plan B. And life's lesson: be authentic. We could have put in there: be courageous, be resilient, be love, be she ready. Tell us about the title. Tell us a little bit of your chapter. But if you want to read both of them, or they say in down south, bofa. Okay, bofa.
Both of them.
You got to buy the book. 10% of the proceeds go to feed the hungry children. 1 out of 5 children goes hungry. Not just, this not talk of the world. That is in the US of A. 14,600,000 children go hungry each and every day. Is that ridiculous?
That is absolutely ridiculous.
And we're changing the plane because we're ready to do that. So tell us a little bit without going ahead.
Hold on. I got to scan this QR code.
Do it.
There we go. I just scanned the QR code. It worked, guys. The QR code worked. Sometimes these things don't work. It took me right to Amazon. Bam. Oh, wait. It's in the cart already.
There we go. And we got a few more for you as well. I promise you. And we're going to put our wonderful Amazon for those baby boomers like me that need to have a website. We'll put that up in just a minute. We'll get that up. But that's so cute. It's in the cart already because you are she ready.
She ready. Now look, she ready comes from me and my cousins. When we were younger, we used to go like to these teeny bopper parties, right? And we would come outside come outside, and if you came out and you didn't look cute, like if your outfit was not what it needed to be, we'd be like, she not ready. She not ready. But if you looked good, your makeup was cute, you come out, oh, she ready. She ready. And I loved the energy of that. Like, yeah, you look good, girl. Let's rock it. And then that kind of just stuck with me. And I start doing it everywhere, like for everything. Like, they'd be like, oh, we're going to have a pop quiz today. She ready for the pop quiz. Like, the police pulling us over. She ready? She ready to meet a new policeman? Let's see what's happening. Like, I feel like if I entered every situation with that energy, right, it's going to turn out pretty good. And usually it does. When I don't enter with the she ready energy, it turns out bad.
So it came from way back. So just before you go into this time, I really do want to say I'm done with my questions. She ready to hear Tiffany Haddish, but tell us how we can. I mean, I love my t-shirt. I started our book launch. I did my live with my She Ready t-shirt. Oh yeah, I got my because I love your initiative that you were paying it forward to these girls. Tell us about this initiative and how we can be a part of this She Ready Foundation.
Oh, yes. So the She Ready Foundation, I started a few years back because, I was in the foster care system and it was not easy to navigate. And I wanted to do for the kids what I wish somebody would have did for me. So I started out with something really simple because when I was getting moved around from house to house, all my stuff was in trash bags and made me feel like garbage. And the day somebody gave me a suitcase, baby, it made me feel like I was a traveler, like I was on an adventure, like I'm a visitor in these people's home. Like, there's so much to learn in the world. I have my bag with my stuff, So when I got a little power, I told myself, if I get a little power, I'm going to try to make sure no kid feels like garbage. So got a little power and I started giving out suitcases. I started with that. People wanted to take pictures with me. You got to give me a suitcase and then I'll take a picture with you. So it got to the point where people were coming to my comedy shows, bringing suitcases. And it was so many, I had to start renting trucks to take all the bags to the kids. So I was taking them to different Department of Children's Services offices so that they could give them to the kids. And it was doing good. It was doing good. So then I've advanced from giving out suitcases to now we're giving out scholarships to college, helping them get housing, helping them with they're in college. We're helping them make sure they graduate from college. High school, we're doing tutoring in the high schools. And we have life skill classes that teaches kids like better living. You know what I'm saying? So there's financial literacy, there's workplace etiquette, which is a class that I show up for often because I am still learning myself proper etiquette in the workplace. There's, how to apply for a job, interviews, mock interviews. Then we get them and we got internship program as well. A couple of my kids are hired on permanently to Kevin Hart's company, to a management company. Like they're growing in so many ways and it makes me like so excited and so happy.
Oh, and so I loved what you said, Tiffany, about I felt like garbage. There's a lot of difference between a garbage bag and a bag, my own bag. So you did it and paying it forward. This is my whole vision with this book, as I said, Dr. Hulda Clark being my mentor when she was 70, now I'm 70, and we can bring.
Girl, you look good.
Oh, well, I'll be She Ready.
She ready, okay? Yes.
Thank you. No work, just me and Dr. Jim's philosophy on health. Okay. Yes. That I'd be She Ready with. But the idea is that now the baby boomers that we have in the book, see, we can make the next generation She Ready.
Right.
And it's that sovereignty and that circle of women in community that we can have that circle of wisdom, medium enthusiasm. And so I'm going to go back. We got that done. Let's go back to your chapter and let's give them both. I just want you to just give us that resilience, that courage, that love, that be She Ready. Because I'm telling you, Tiffany, you might be an actress. You might be a comedian. And I say this with all sincerity. Anybody that knows me, I don't say something I don't mean because I've been from Montana and my mama would whip my behind. Okay, that's what they do up there. Okay,
I know they do that in California too. But I used to back in the 1900s.
Okay, there we go. And you have a gift. You have a gift of writing. We just did punctuation. That chapter with She Ready. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I just wanted to share my opinion and my idea of what I think the essence of a woman is. I mean, it was that first one, the funny one that I wrote. I mean, that was, I was like, look, we bleed, we this, we be out here. We all scientists in some kind of way trying to figure out our body is like the most amazing thing on this planet, I think. I mean, the fact that we can do things that men can never do. I think that's why they jealous of us. A lot of times I think they jealous. And there's nothing to be jealous of. But that might just be me projecting. Maybe I'm jealous of them.
Exactly.
They don't suffer from cramps. But
they don't birth babies. They don't have to birth. I had a couple
it's more than being a portal. I mean, we are portals. We bring life into this world. We share our love. We teach everything that we know. We're passing down generations and generations of knowledge. Even if you weren't raised by your actual mother and father, that is still in your blood. It's still in you. And that love is in you. And learning how to express that in a healthy way. It can be difficult because everybody's not healthy and everyone does things differently, a little differently. So figuring out your way to, express your love and figuring out what your superpower is, what your strength is, what brings you the most joy, I think is really, and being able to help cultivate that in others and your children, teaching them how to find something they love and to make it be beneficial, not just for themselves, but for everyone around. Like, I think that's a woman. I mean, that's what we do. We cultivate the people around us and ourselves and try to do great things,
And those great things, I was telling my sons, which I love dearly. And I said, it's taken us 9 months to birth this baby. We had a few labor pains. And right before the 18th of October, I said, we're in transition. And the baby has been birthed. They said, Ma, we don't know a thing about what you just said.
Nothing about it. Nothing about it. They have no clue. No clue. That's how I like to explain endometriosis to people. And they're like, what? Something to do the other day. Oh man, I have endometriosis. I'm really not myself right now. He's like, what kind of STD is that? Is that some new celebrity STD? No. Endometriosis is a overgrowth of lining in the uterus, and sometimes it grows outside of it and goes into your organs, and it can cause great pain, and it's a hormonal imbalance, and it's sometimes you're in a lot of pain, but you have to be happy and joyous and kind to everybody, but inside you want to tear everything up. You want to tear, but you can't because you're a lady. You're a lady.
So Tiffany, I have another couple of naturopathic doctors that I know that can help you with that.
Really? Because they try to say I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. No, it's endometriosis. Okay. And I'm learning how to eat better, and I'm drink more water, exercise more. It's helping. But if you got some hook your girl up.
Yeah, I will hook you up. It's Dr. Glenn and Dr. Jim. They're in the book. Our two men. Yes. But
Marinakis?
What was that? Yeah.
You talking about Marinakis?
Yes. Yes.
I know him all these years. He ain't never told me nothing about what you do.
Oh, well,
you know what? I never really told him about it though. But I would think he would notice the behavior.
Oh, but you know what? It takes another connection. Now that we've got the book, you don't know what's going to be She Ready for the endometriosis. It's not a new disease in Hollywood.
No, it's not.
No. And disease makes you at ease. And yes, I'll hook a girl up. I promise.
Hook your girl up. We need to look at.
We are in community. I just love the story. It's in I Curse You with Joy. We didn't have room for it, but I love the story about when you walked in, when you knew that you kind of arrived and you saw your statue at the Trousseau Museum, and you were dressed up like Dr. Jim says that you got to buy the book, ladies. and gentlemen, really, just to see Tiffany Haddish's picture inside the book, because Dr. Jim just said, dang. That's when men don't know what else to say. He just said, dang. All right. But you had that McQueen dress on and you saw your statue. How was that for
That
you?
was like, it was wild. First of all, I'm like, when Madame Tussauds is like, we'd like to make a statue of you, a figurine of Tiffany Haddish. Can we do it? We'd like to measure you. And I'm just like, what? Yeah, oh, okay. Like, and they measured every nook and cranny of my body, like everything. And I'm just like, whoa, this is crazy. And to see me standing there amongst all these other like major figures in my life, in my like journey with entertainment and whatnot, and there's my statue, and I'm looking at her, it looks exactly like me, but she doesn't have the same, like, it's clear she hasn't been through what I've been through. Her eyes were like all joy and happiness. I'm like, wait, no, she has no pain in there. There's no experience in there. But boy, was she awesome. And I'm just like looking at it, just like, I'm cute. I'm cute. But also it was a very I don't know what the word is, the word I'm looking for, but it's just a realization of all the work that I've put in, all the dedication, all the like long hours, and all the no's that I've been told, and everything, and to and all the mistakes that I've made, and to be able to turn those mistakes into wins, and to learn from every single experience. It felt like it was all put in right there, except there was no pain. It was all the victory. Like all the victory was in her. And I'm carrying all the fucking bullshit. But hey, I'm learning how to let that go.
To be she ready and let it go. Put it in the garbage bag and be like Madame Trousseau. I love that. And
She
and
ready.
and you, Tiffany, it's just beautiful what I'm seeing in your background, because the essence of a woman, there's a picture that keeps flashing up. I don't know what's in where you're staying, whether it's in your
in my house. That's a picture of me. Are you talking about that?
Oh, yes.
One of my foster youth made that. Yeah. She
Oh,
made that for me.
because you are the queen to them.
Yes,
Like
empress, actually. I'm an empress.
Empress.
I identify as Her Highness or Her Majesty.
Or all of the above.
Or all of the above. Or just Tiffany. Or just Tiffany. Either one.
Oh, it's just little Tiff. And we're always in the process of becoming, because Tiffany, my quote in our book is, immerse yourself in the flow of who you are and how you are becoming. See, that's why you are so real. You are real because you are becoming. You just told us that I'm getting through the baggage. We all have that journey. That was just so beautiful. That's really raw and real.
Everybody don't have a statue of Madame Tussauds, though.
No. That's you. That's you. Only you.
But everybody has their version of a statue. Everybody has their version, their accomplishment, their achievement. Everybody has a version of that. You just have to focus, figure out what it is. What's the thing that I've achieved here?
Yes. Yes. And give yourself credit for that, and be in relationship with those people that deserve you.
Yeah.
I'm so honored that you felt like we deserved you. I call it real relationship, raw, enthusiastic attitude and love. That is you. You are just raw and real. Thank you for being real. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
trying to get refined, but something about it is just
Well, and I know you've got this big tour coming up. Okay, I want to give you shine on. Can they go to Tiffany? Are there any tickets left? I know you're going to be.
Oh yeah, there's some tickets left. There's not a lot though, and when I put this next post up, I feel like it'll be all sold out. But you can go to tiffanyhaddish.com and you can see if I'm coming to a city near you. We're just doing the finalizations on next year's tour. Is going to be huge. Yes, I'm going places.
Oh, why not? Why not? And I believe there could be like an autographed copy of The Essence of a Woman and a bundle, if you want to bundle it with the
Yeah.
black unicorn, the last black unicorn, and I Curse You with Joy and The Essence of a Woman. I was thinking there might be a nice bundle to be
Maybe I can sign and be like, to my bestie.
limited
She's
edition.
ready.
Oh my goodness. So I know you're in
That's
Oklahoma.
happening. That is happening. That's a definite. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I know that you're in Oklahoma on this tour. I know you're in Chicago and New York. Which
I
other
just
city?
did Oklahoma, and then I went to Morocco, and now I'm back, and I'm about to go to Nashville, Chicago, New York, and then there'll be a big announcement.
Just get on her mailing list. Make sure that you are She Ready because you give back. You give back. You're raw. You're real. And you're in
Yeah,
real
all the
relationship.
merchandise that I sell, all the merchandise goes to the She Ready Foundation so that we can provide all the services for the kids and stuff. And then we do our prom every year, which is off the chain. It's super fun. We raise a bunch of money there, and everyone has a great time. And it's all adults. It's an adult-only prom, so it's good times.
Good time, good time. Just like, why not? You know, I really believe, just like Dr. Jim said to me, I said, I'm so excited. We talk often, and I said, I'm so excited to have Tiffany on stage with you. He goes, just have fun.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious, the fun in the California and Florida sun, even though we're indoors. But
Right.
but I also love the story because the foundations of health, spiritual, then it goes mental, having that mental mindset. That's what you're She Ready. Emotional, then physical. You're taking care of the physical body. We got this endometriosis handled. Then we go financial and social, so we can all be philanthropists. Okay,
Right.
and really do that. But the thing that I know when you talk about your spiritual walk and how even that power of one, that you were a child in your church at the Jehovah Witnesses and you got up, and was that the first time that you sang? Because I'm a trained vocal musician, classically trained vocal musician. Girl, you got a voice. I mean, whoa, you got a voice. Whoa. Yeah. Yes, yes. Sang with the New York City Opera. Okay. You have a voice.
You got a voice.
No, but I mean, we're all flowers, but I'm just saying, I know a voice. You're just spot on. Was that experience with you as a child at the Jehovah Witnesses? Is that when you got the bug to sing?
I think I was singing before that. I mean, I feel like when I was crying, I was singing. Paul Schrader, he says, when we were auditioning well, not even auditioning, we were rehearsing for the movie Card Counter. He goes, Tiffany, every time you talk, everything you say, you're singing every time. I said, no, I'm not. He goes, yes, you are. I said, no, I'm not. He goes, yes, you are. I said, no, I'm not. Oh, wait. Maybe I am. Like, everything is a rhythm and a timing to it. So for me, I feel like I've always been like kind of singing. It's always been a part of my existence. I couldn't imagine a day going by without me singing a song, making up a song, something.
Because that's that She Ready frequency. The frequency of music is the highest frequency.
Yeah, and it raises the vibration up, right?
Mm-hmm.
It raises my vibe up. So like, especially if I'm feeling down, I'll start singing the silliest songs. I mean, so silly. I'll be like right back to the 1900s and 80s, talking about skinnamarink dinky dink, skinnamarink doo. I love you. Skinnamarink dinky dink, skinnamarink doo. I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening underneath the moon. Oh, skinnamarink dinky dink, skinnamarink doo. I love you. I love you too. Boop boop be doo. Woo!
Woo!
Like that, it makes me feel better. So like And I probably do that about 3-4 times a day.
But why not? It elevates your mood. You
Right.
elevate people. You knew, as you said in your book, okay, that if you could make the kids in foster care laugh, you could make anybody laugh. You could make anybody laugh and elevate that legacy, that piece, because comedy does do that. But I just want to ask you this one question. I mean, everybody thinks you've just arrived. Like, I just opened up my eyes and one day I was at the New York City Opera. Not. Okay. So when Girls Trip happened, and by the way, I have watched that movie. I know you've heard this a million times, but I watched that movie and I don't watch movies probably 5 times before this ever came about. And then I made my husband sit down. He says, so I have to watch a girls comedy. I said, for this one you do. She's in the book. Okay. So I mean, it was just beautiful. I mean, tell us this progression. All of a sudden you just woke up and I'm in Girls Trip. I mean, that had to be your breakout.
To me, that wasn't my breakout. To me, my breakout was when I got on Arsenio Hall show. Like when I got on the Arsenio Hall show, to me, that was like the big deal.
Sure.
Girls Trip, I wasn't sure if it was going to be a big deal. I knew it was big deal for me. It was like check mark off my list of goals and dreams and things I wanted to do, because I always wanted to work with Queen Latifah. I always wanted to work with Jada Pinkett. So to be able to do that was like, I did it. And it was just like icing on the cake. But then to see the success, I knew it would be good. I didn't realize it was going to be that great. Like, I had no idea it was going to be that great. But then at the same time, I knew I was going to be a successful person growing up. So whatever the conveyor, the vehicle to get me to that success, yeah, I'm riding in it. Wasn't sure it was going to be Girls Trip, but I knew I was deemed and bound and obligated to be successful.
Didn't know it could have been a Mercedes, a Cadillac, but it couldn't be a vehicle. You were she ready. I mean,
whatever the opportunity was that was going to present itself that made sense, that's what she was ready to do it. She is ready.
And the comments on social media are just adorable. They said, I love that song. She sang the whole song. I love that song growing up. That, who knew that we were going to be singing Shing-a-rinky dinky dink? I mean,
Shing-a-rinky dinky dink.
Oh my goodness.
It's my favorite. There's another one that I like a lot too. But it's one of those what you call those earworms?
Yes. Give us your earworm.
If I start singing it, then everybody's going to be stuck with it all day.
Okay.
And that Tiffany Haddish.
She ready. And I'm the host. I'm ready. Okay,
this
go.
Is the song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. Some people started singing and not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because. This is the song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. People started singing and not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because. This is the song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. Some people started singing it forever. Let me stop.
Oh, how adorable was that? How adorable.
Those two songs always put me in a good mood.
How could it not? It just, my face just lifted up. And Tiffany, this, in all seriousness, this is kind of what our project does. It's just a song that never ends. All these children getting that just because the paper dolls go on and on. Because we've got 14 million children to benefit every day. Just because. True. Oh, yes. How beautiful is that? How beautiful are you? Oh,
just as beautiful as you.
Because we go just on and on. You're right.
It's in your head all day. It's an earworm.
It's an earworm. I can't even imagine any better human being, any woman being a better earworm in this ear than you.
Thank
I
you.
I am saying, I know. I just want to give a big shout out for Dr. Jim being that glue. And I really am going to take the paper dolls when he speaks tomorrow, and I'm going to take a couple of the dresses off so he feels like he's in good company. But I really am. I'm going to put some shorts on him, like he's in, I mean, yeah, because we need those men to lift it up. After all, we're half egg, we're half sperm, we're half and half. Can't get around it.
A nice little blend.
And
I just think men are a birth defect, though.
What was that, dear?
I said I think men might be a birth defect.
Oh, we never know.
See, this is what this is what we all start out as female the first 3 months, right? And then a chromosome kicks in, that Y chromosome kicks in, and then their vagina falls out.
Well, and frankly, then they decide that I'm going to be better than you. A man's always got to win in everything, because if they don't come into us, we don't have any children. But birth defect, that's for a whole nother book. I tell you what, Tiff.
It's just a philosophy that I came up with this one time when I was smoking weed. But I think that because why do men have nipples? And see, and God gave them strong arms and strong legs because they couldn't hold on to their vagina. And that's why men are always grabbing at their stuff to make sure it don't fall off.
Well, Tiffany, perhaps we need to do another project. What do you think? Our next book is Real Men Are Aware. We've already got the muscle. So maybe you and I need to write the foreword to the book of Real Men Are Aware to just lift them up as well through all of this. What do you think?
They're all mutants to me. They X-Men. They X-women.
Oh, I don't want to make these men mad, because then I won't have my 40 authors. But this is the philosophy.
Don't make them mad. That's me. That's my philosophy. And that was, a herbal induced thought.
An herbal induced thought, and they're going.
That tickles me. It just tickles me. It tickles me.
But yet, you know what? These men, I just got 10 comments that she's really nice, even when she says that. So see, you got off the hook just because it's the song that never ends. I mean, oh my goodness. Tiffany.
Sorry. But look, if anyone is laughing on the other side, if you're over there laughing, good. Keep laughing, because that makes you younger. The more you laugh, the longer you live. And you're getting a lot of the toxins out. So keep laughing.
Keep laughing. Keep dreaming. And I know that I kept you over your allotted 30 minutes. You've got one heck of an executive assistant. I've fallen in love with Tuesday.
Well, she's not even an executive assistant anymore. She has gone up in the ranks. She is now the chief of staff.
Okay. Well, congratulations, Tuesday. Because now you have her every single day, just not Tuesday. But I feel really honored. She takes care of things. She is just a beautiful human soul she is elevated because you saw her beauty. So I will just say she took care of all things. She said she's only got 30 minutes. I know that we can.
I got like 3 messages already that's popped up like, hey, where are you?
Okay. So just give us your last minute or so. Just bring on the real Tiff. Give us your last bit of She Ready wisdom, and then you can get on to your next gig. I know that they just want you because
you want me to bring on the real Tiff.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, ladies, it's nice to see y'all. It's the real Tiff.
Is that the mutant part? That's the mutant part. Because you're half men and half woman. I mean, you're everything. My goodness gracious.
I found a filter when I was trying to put the background up, and now look, I got full makeup.
Yes, you look beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Hello, ladies. I'm sorry, I'm done.
You are so done because you are love, you are resilience. Now you're bald, but in it all, you are not the Madame Trousseau model. You are the true Tiff. You are this woman. Thank you for
Thank
gracing our
you.
book. Thank you for now being in my life and Dr. Jim's life. And we'll take care of that endometriosis, guaranteed. Okay.
Good.
Because your
Good.
body is a miracle making machine and can and will heal itself. I'm
It
telling you.
definitely will.
But
Thank you so
just
much. And I do gotta go. Thank you guys.
gotta go. Just be she ready. Ciao for now.
Ciao.
Oh, Tiffany, we will absolutely know that this is one we now are she ready. We are she ready with our last piece. What have we just done today? We started out with amazing spirituality. We ended up with humor. What a way to go. We had like 44 clicks on this, that, and the other, but I want to come up with one thing that's very important because as Dr. Jim, who you'll hear from twice tomorrow, we talk about, sure, we love to have fun. This is all good, but the thing that's really the best are results. So I really want to give shine to what we have done in this last 8 days. But you know what? There's one day more. You will want to start your Sunday out with this, but I want to say world ranking thanks to our doctors and Tiffany Haddish, Dr. Khalilah, and Dr. Princess Moradeun Ogunlana. What did we do with our book? Bestseller in this many categories. Notice it's 7, number one, because that's a divine number now, isn't it? In 11 countries. In the promotional rankings, you can see it on Amazon. Here we are, number one new release. Yes, we did move a lot of people over in very tough ranks. Holistic health, physician biographies, women's biographies. People write in this all the time. Hot new releases over and over and over again in all markets, everywhere. Kobo, international bestseller in Barnes and Noble. Here we are. You scan the code, just like Tiffany, put it in her cart. Let's go, because this book, this project, where we are number one, as many books as you've heard me say over and over and over. I hope, and click here for the essence of a woman, the book review by Book Review. You're going to get to experience the amazing Michael Bees of the book review tomorrow, along with Chris Trammell. It will be wonderful because we need to know how to leverage this, how to really do this piece. That's what we're doing. But I want to come back to this Soulful Saturday for just a minute and wrap this up and then bring our absolute amazingness of our women who made this all possible behind the stage. Because there are 4 ethnicities, whether you're Caucasian, Latina, whether you're Asian or African American. We all, as Tiffany said in this portion of the book, we all bleed the same way. We bleed the same blood. We are not anything but one community. As I said at the very beginning, you cannot go it alone. The medical word is you will be in the suck hole. You'll stay in the victim, as Woman Up said. You absolutely, you feel like there's no way up. But when you're a community, it elevates you. Be a part of that community. Just buying that one book, doing that one thing, and showing a bestie to do it again. And then bringing 2 other women that you've inspired, 2 men that want to elevate women that aren't mutants, as Tiffany said, that are real men. Those are the men that are going to do this, of course. But then coming ahead and making in one accord, we will absolutely epitomize the true joy and the essence of a woman. I can say this was a Soulful Saturday, but before we're done, I want to change my banner to our other banner. In the meantime, go ahead and let's take a quick commercial break with Medical Mindshare and Renee and Michael Brown, also dual authors. Renee, being a Healthopedia ambassador, did the scan code, is absolutely brilliant with IT. What would we have done without Renee? We would be in the dark ages with dial-up. Okay, just saying. Check out Sober Living and Medical Mindshare. Take a look, take a feel, take a listen.
From the well-known brands of Next Level Recovery and Sober Living Properties, Michael and Renee Brown present Medical Mindshare. Medical Mindshare has been designed to deliver integrative care and precision medicine throughout the community. Discover a more personalized path to wellness. Some people might ask, why is integrative care up and coming medically? Our answer is that integrative care can be tailored to your specific needs and goals. Integrative care considers mindfulness as a modality and many other alternative therapies amongst traditional medicine. Another feature of Medical Mindshare is enhanced recovery and rapid healing. It's always at the forefront of our minds so that you can experience accelerated healing and a reduction of symptoms. Contact us today to schedule a consultation.
Talking when Tiffany Haddish said she just chose it was going to be, if she went into therapy, it would be drugs she already knew, and she went into the Comedy Factory. I truly, I want to say one more time before I bring up the backstage, my wranglers, everything, and give our sponsors the credit where credit is due, which is the next part that we're going to do. But Tiffany, when she said she wasn't going to do drugs, see, she knew the natural way. With Renee and Michael Brown with Sober Living and Medical Mindshare, they are the largest Next Level Recovery, the addiction elimination is what I'm going to say, or the Addiction Recovery Center. It's the largest east of California, and they do it naturally. That's what we do. That's why we're number one in holistic health alternative biographies. I just had to change this so that this would be the last screen that you're going to see. But this would not have happened without these beautiful sponsors of us. So I want to bring our sponsors up here and give them shine. I know that Dr. Jim feels the same way. Tomorrow you'll hear from Chris Trammell from the Author Launchpad. Thank you. Karen Rudolph, author, my soul sister with Tranquil Solutions. You just heard from Michael and also Renee Brown of Sober Living and Medical Mindshare. Here you see the bottle. Remember, Stacy Shiflett. Go to stacyshiflett.com or modernconsciousness.com. This bottle is here. This is the energy water that will carry you through the day with different twists and turns and modalities that will actually increase and enhance your wellness. That is Lumi Consciousness. And we will be having a video once she's dug out from Hurricane Milton. The book review, that's Michael B's. This is his part and the puzzle pieces of making Healthopedia such a success. Dr. Jim, what about him? His company, Personal Performance Institute. All I can say is thank you, Dr. Jim, for taking me from being a stage 4 cancer survivor to a thriver 25 years ago. Shannon Roper, you'll hear from Shannon Roper, board certified nurse practitioner, Roper's Health Oasis, writing in the spiritual pillar tomorrow. Money and You. Remember, Dame Doria, one of our sponsors here, she was giving us her wisdom and insight. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I really didn't know. We just put it on the back of the book. That's just like Dame Doria for giving me shine on my book. Well, now I'm giving her shine. Come Tuesday, DM me on Facebook, DM me on Instagram. Find me if you want to be part of the Zoom conference that she's doing with us, 4 p.m. Eastern for 90 minutes. For 90 minutes, we'll have Dame Doria Unleashed with a few things, completion for our Women's Essence on Tuesday. Then we have New Hope Regeneration. Kevin Lucas, thank you for giving me the infinite best of the best stem cell. So my body, being a miracle-making machine, could and did heal itself. So without further ado, I want to bring up Laura Ibarra. who is our speaker today. Hey, Laura and Lorena Sanchez. I guess it's just Latina Day, isn't it? You gals were just amazing backstage. You would never know. I always said my mentor, my first mentor and coach, Mary Kay Ash, when I was on her medical advisory board. Laura, I was about your age. I was 32 years old. And she put me on her medical advisory board. And she always said, Jody, you're always a success if you go across the pond as just thinking about a swan or a duck. Sometimes you're a duck, sometimes you're a swan, but underneath you're paddling like crazy. Okay. And you made it look effortless. You made it look easy because you were paddling like crazy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Lorena, give us your takeaway. What was your big takeaways from today's? Let's just wrap this thing up in a pretty bow.
Man, today was awesome. Getting to hear everybody speak. Of course, singing with Tiffany Haddish. Our private chat was blowing up with laughter. Just the energy that all of this has brought, the diversity, how all of us have come together. Like you said, you know, we all bleed the same, but the diversity, our experiences, our stories, everybody coming together and putting together this book. I'm super excited and blessed to be a part of it.
And we are going to be blessed to hear you tomorrow. That's just your fervent heart. I'm so glad that I was looking at the run sheet going, she signed up to be a wrangler, but she's not speaking. That's what we do. Guess what happened? People just kind of moved their time, said, no problem, no problem. That's women in community. And it worked. It worked, you know, and I tell you, it was just wonderful to have you. It was nice having some help back there, wasn't it, Laura?
Yeah, it was great.
So how was your today? And Lorena, didn't Laura just blow it up when she spoke?
Absolutely. I always like listening to her speak.
Oh,
yes.
Thank you.
So
I just want to say gracias para toda la audiencia en español, también próximamente el libro en español. So I'm just giving them the essence that we're in the future, we will have these stories in Spanish as well.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we will. And I mean, I've just got to say, was Tiffany much more than I ever expected? Wasn't that amazing?
Oh, yeah.
That's why she is the icon that she is, because that relationship word, she's real, raw, enthusiastic, with an attitude of love, without a doubt. And I can say for me, I can say that, first of all, I want to give Dr. Nefertina shine, the dream, that you are the dream. Tiffany showed us that we are the dream, being she ready. That started out when she was little. That just cracked me up. But as Dr. Nefertina said, to show up in support. Then Cynthia Hamill-Knipe said to be sovereign, that we're sovereign, that courage, that quiet courage that I can hear Princess saying, Princess Dr. Moradeun Ogunlana saying, we're quiet courage. And then just that thing, I guess today's word, because it's Soulful Saturday, it's an S. You know how I do those alliterations, ladies, that we just be she ready. Now, don't we?
Exactly.
Thank you. And I'm going to just wrap it up with just a few comments. Thank you, Laura, again for today. Thank you, Laura and Lorena. You gals are just that kind of women. But Soulful Saturday, as I want to just tie this up in a pretty bow, that our book, by women, for women. Remember, I talked about me being that woman in a white robe. Dr. Nefertina said, it's your dream personified, your beauty from within, the superpower of hormonal health with Dr. Glenn, so we can all woman up and be she ready. That really, there's a lot of S's in there too. So as the saying goes, third time's a charm. And the winning recipe is as follows. All right, I'm reading the recipe from my recipe card. Are you ready? From Afghanistan tomorrow. Let's pray. All right, but it's going to work. Dr. Khalilah Camacho Ali and her solo book. We took her solo book and her memoirs from Muhammad Ali, and we turned it into the essence of a woman, my story of faith and forgiveness. Then sifting in Healthopedia's author book model from concept to creation to monetization. That is after experiencing Dave Doria's leverage, of course, we're going to bring in from the author launchpad, Chris Trammell. And then we're going to hear how, if you've got your book almost in the making, like Dr. Needy, you could go ahead and bring in Michael Bees. I've called him the bee's knees, sifting in that whole piece of effortlessly turning in international bestseller places that I never even dreamed possible, but he made it possible. We mix the recipe together with the following spices and then bake the recipe with the wisdom of other Healthopedia co-founder. Yes, the wisdom. Dr. Jim, what about him? He's going to come in and tell us the conversation of how the word essence came to be. I remember it like it was yesterday. We said that this was the name of our book. It was probably April. Beautiful, beautiful story. And then we simmer the sauce with the rest of our amazing author speakers, of which we'll round up with 30. We will have 20 hours, 20 hours together, these 72 hours. Come back, third time's the charm. And I will say, and I know that Toya will bring this up on stage, but I just want to give Toya Glenn of Go Giga Creations, best producer all around. And so servant-led, I said, put your logo on there as sponsor. She never did. So I'm just going to give her shine because she is there all the time. And remember, as you get the book, as Les Brown says, children are 40% of our population, but 100% of our future. And I will read my poem that I wrote. When did I write this poem? By the way, I'm going to tell you now, because I talked about my story, The Woman in the White Robe. I wrote this poem after I had that group meditation, and I saw my purpose and vision being that woman really collectively in community in the white robe. You will hear it in its entirety tomorrow. But I want to just give you my couplet for today to just tie this up, this soulful Saturday. Within each woman is the desire to give joy to others. Oh, I curse you with joy. Wasn't that beautiful? Yes, to give joy to others, to live her dreams, and to love with all her heart. This kind of woman kindles hope, inspires faith, keeps the spirit alive within all of us. We have that earworm. Just because it's a song that never ends. To woman up, Tiffany Haddish, I want to give you honor, praise, and all the accolades and my sincere appreciation and gratitude that you came and you stayed a little bit longer so we can get just another dose of the real, raw, yes, enthusiastic, attitude extraordinaire with love, Tiffany Haddish. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for bundling up this book. Oh, there's going to be a big announcement, and we're all a big part and a fan club of yours. So let's be She Ready tomorrow, this Sunday. And let's keep that eternal spirit alive within each of us until Sunday. And as I say, in each and every day, just make a great Healthopedia kind of day. Ciao for now.
Woman up.